go. What's good, my fellow peasants? Live theory crafting time. Tinny hats engaged. We're gonna crack a case. Ours bees are Sherlocks. I needs my Watsons. What's good, guys? So this is my first time trying this. We're gonna get to the bottom of FF7's arguably biggest mystery. It's so in our face. It's been staring at us this whole time. It's got so many facets to it that this won't be a single answered theory. I'm sure of it. It's gonna have a multitude of answers. This is more to engage your tinny hats. The only thing better than one brain is other functional brains. Hello, Daniel. What's up? Hello, mate. Asan. Top of the morning. Kazuya, mate. Alright, so we start our theory. It's all flowing and elegant with a tune like this. Then we're going to get into some heavy shit. Some Jenova theme. It's going to be like dang, skagada dang. And we're going to be talking about Norse mythology. The misty mountains of Niflheim. Hello, Tyso. Triatomic. So I have got a theory idea that we can delve into, but generally in the theory crafting world of Final Fantasy, is there any mysteries? Is there any areas that you are super interested in? Any theories that you really freaking like? Was School Ultimisha? Yes, was School Ultimisha. It's the upgrade from the Renault is Ultimisha theory. Squall was her the whole time. Hello, Izrian. What's up, mate? Need anyone to join in live in chat? Make it a podcast. You know what we could do? If we do come up with a good theory, I could then try to script it, and I send you guys out some of the lines. And we all record, everyone records their lines, anyone wants to do it, and it'll be a joint theory with everyone's narration in it. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, Asan, can we get the Promised Land theme? Yeah, man, as we flow through these theories, we'll change this music up, make sure that the mood is fitting our discoveries. God, my hair is so floofy now. Edwidge, what up? What up, mate? 16 months. Oh my God, mate. Deeply appreciated. So, I'm going to start with a theory that I want to discuss today. I have no 7th art theories. I just came to see the chaos unfold. Alright, here's the theory we're going to discuss. You guys might have some straight away answers. It might make you ponder for a while, but where does Cloud derive his strength? Where does Cloud get his strength from? His ridiculous power level that changes throughout each entry. You know, Advent Children Cloud is like super next level pumped. All the while the rest of the crew have got a bit crusty. I think Teeth says in Advent Children, they're not as strong as when they first fought Sephiroth. They've got a big place, but not Cloud. Cloud got even stronger since then. Cloud's power level just does not slow down. And in 7, it's definitely like 7 Remake, it's definitely had a rejig. Katarina, I like where you're thinking immediately. So I do have like a list of areas that Cloud derives his awesome power from. Is one of those the power of friendship? I mean, with Nomura involved and Kingdom Hearts, that transitioned so well just then. But yeah, I think I'm going to open the theory with a little boy. We're going to go into Nibelheim. We're going to flash in. I really like Mike Gallagher's Norse book. So obviously we've got like Midgar, which is one of the Norse realms, the central one with the rainbow bridge that leads into the Asgardian kingdom. Midgar, which was situated at the like roots of the Yggdrasil, centered at the center of the tree, where all of the world's life energy comes through the roots, and Midgar was centered right there. And now we've got our Mako reactors slurping up all that juicy tree life goodness. And then we've got Cloud, who comes from Nibelheim, which is Niflheim. Niflheim, which was what was Niflheim? well, I'm gonna explore. This is part of theory crafting. I loved what Mike Gallagher said. It was like associated with being the land of mist and clouds. I think the gates of hell existed near it. World of Mist, literally home of mist. That's so cool. The fact that our character is called Cloud Strife, the home of cloud. The home of cloud. Yeah, overlaps with the notion of Nifl hell and hell. So this ties. I was sitting there thinking of, you know, Tifa, her mother's dead. Hey, just over, mate. What's good, mate? Old Nibelheim. Tifa believes that her dead mother, if she goes to the other side of the mountain, she'll find her mother. Which could be a parallel of the gates of hell and the afterlife. But the reason why I'm going to say where Cloud derives his strength, obviously other than Mako enhancements, J-Cell goodness, is Cloud was super freaking powerful before he was in that Mako tank. Go play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You go to Niflheim. Do you? That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, the reason why it's more than just Cloud's enhancements, we've got to go back to that old scene. It's going to be so far hard for me to navigate stuff. You guys know the scene anyway. Sephiroth impales Cloud, and he picks him up before he's been enhanced. He picks him up. Sephiroth's like, impossible! Impossible. We're going straight into Tinfoil. I wasn't expecting to go straight as hard and heavy, but amazingly crafted tinfoil hat engaged. Hello, Daniel. What's up? This is definitely not a bicycle helmet. He gets it from his emotions. I like that thinking a lot, and that ties into a few things we gotta discuss. But how do you think he picked up Seth? So first, I'm gonna add onto the list adrenaline. Adrenaline. I need a word pad. It was pure emotional willpower. He picked Seth up, lobbed him. Power of determination. Could be point number one. Adrenaline. Adrenaline can make you do some crazy shit. You see the stories of like mothers who pick cars up off their babies. I don't even know if that's actually true. But the power of friendship, we're going to cover that later with the Sephiroths. Because I do think the power of friendship is definitely one. The fact that Cloud, he derives his power from his like personal development. And the more that he goes through the journey, like learning of these other characters, and there's nothing in the world I don't cherish. Definitely the power of friendship. I think it's a more mature theme, or like a more mature aspect for Cloud than it is for, say, like Sovereign the KH series. But we'll delve deeper into that. But does anyone think Cloud was just a regular boy before he was put in the Mako tank by Hojo? Now, the reason I don't, and the reason I think it could be more than just adrenaline and the power of MC-ness, which is definitely Cloud is loaded with, just the power of being the MC, the power of plot armor. Does anyone remember when Tifa actually then did go to find her mother from the mountains? What tune are we playing right now? We need something mysterious. Let's get the Nibelheim theme going. Yeah. So the theory's playing. We're already transitioning into the mountains. Oh shit, how do you spell Nibelheim? N-I-B-E? There we go. I do think Cloud was an irregular child, just because when they went across the bridge, him and Tifa, the bridge collapsed. They fell down the mountain, and Tifa was in a coma for like 3-4 months, right? Whereas Cloud barely had a graze. And he got blamed for it. Where's the scene? We'll find it. He just gets up, which definitely implies, 7 days she was in a coma, whereas Cloud barely had scraped knees. Now, you remember the scene that we always see? We saw it in OG and we saw it in 7 Remake. I can't remember where it was. I think it was near the start. You know, Cloud has this scene where it's him sat there and the other Cloud appears behind him and he says, back then, we only ever used to get scraped knees. It was something like that. I can't remember where the line is. But back then, we only ever got scraped knees. I feel like that at least hints that there's a level of unusual durability with Cloud, even when he was a wee little boy. Where's Tifa's scar when Sephi slashed her? See, I've seen a few models where they actually do keep the scar in, but generally Tifa never actually has that scar. Cloud's mum's genes. Alright. You wanna go down that route, yeah? So Claudia, I thought this, like Claudia or missing dad, mystery dad. Who's Cloud's dad? Now, I'm of the thought that similar to like KH, parents don't really matter. Like, does it really matter who Cloud's dad is? Not really. I don't really need it from like a plot perspective. But could it be why Cloud is so goddamn powerful? Could he have some sort of mystery origin? Especially when Nibelheim has been a place of fetal experiments for a very long time. A very, very long time. We got like Annette, Rufus's half-brother's mother. Basically, President Shinra plowed a receptionist from Nibelheim, also plowed a scientist from Nibelheim who was working on like fetal programs. I don't know. Could Cloud be some sort of from birth experiment? It always starts with the parents though. Claudia is a secret ancient. Well, this is what's going to take me on to what I think could derive Cloud's power. What if it could be vicariously from the planet? It could be from Aerith. Remember the boss fight in the remake with all the experiment creature things? It was a very large one. Who was that? Maybe that was that. What, like the two bony protrusions from its wing? I feel like another option of what Cloud could be is he could either be a guardian of the life stream, a planetary weapon, he could be, or he could be vicariously getting power from the souls of the life stream, because think about it, man, the 7 Remake, it's introduced this whole aspect of like the future isn't really linear. It isn't really linear. The life stream is a non-linear pool of memory, and what sort of happens in the future, life stream wise, kind of can easily echo in the past. And what I'm thinking, the one thing I don't want it to be, and I don't want to like discredit everything awesome in there series 2, I don't want it to be Destiny, man. We could say Destiny plot ghosts. Alright, by FF7 Remake's logic, when Cloud fell down the mountain and he survived, what if like when the plot ghosts cushioned his fall? Has Destiny been playing a role the whole time in Cloud's journey? I don't really like that, but we've got to add Destiny. What I do want to add is so Aerith in Maiden Who Travels Through the Planet, she's like going through the planet. Spicy burger bun. Hello, mate. Hello. What are you linking me there, Jay Litz? Remember that boss fight? Oh yeah, the juicy protrusion boy. Yeah, I feel like this is just a representation of the attempt to merge G and S cells by Hojo to try to create a creature with the powers of rebirth. I feel like President Shinra is definitely after like the promised land. I feel like Hojo's probably had his plan to like create immortality and like unlock the secrets of the universe. And this was just one of his attempts. But think about it, if in Maiden Who Travels Through the Planet, Aerith is going through and she's collecting all of these like soul allies. Some of them were the Cetra who didn't pass on. They decide to infuse their soul into Aerith's, and there's this whole thing that Aerith's like gaining all these allies in the live stream, and Sephiroth is gaining some of his own, those fallen into darkness and despair. Now, if you think that the whole planet basically starts rooting behind Aerith and like giving her power, and then Aerith has this utter devotion to Cloud. So I mean, is it like through Aerith's support of Cloud, Cloud is vicariously supported by all the souls in the live stream, and that's why he's so freaking powerful. Potentially one. I know, what do you think of that idea? Do you think there's anything in there? So I've got some notes on this other side as well. I'm drowned in notes. Yeah, another point I added with this Aerith vicariously lending the support of the souls of the planet to Cloud. There was that really cool scene in OG episode, you know, where she meets the old like Cetra wizard, and she's kind of like humbled and blown away that this like Cetra spirit had decided not to pass on in peace. It decided to stay and act as like a guardian. It's kind of amazing that Aerith then pretty much does that exact same thing. She does not diffuse in the live stream after she dies. She goes through this grueling process of piecing herself together. One of the things that allows her to do it is the thought of Cloud. And she actually decides to stay around as like one of the guardians, like those Cetra who she was really in admiration of in OG. I feel like that could easily be a reason. I wish there was an FF6 remake. They've said at Square Enix, man, they want to do it. There's loads of people who've asked to do it there, and that will probably definitely be the next remake they do. Imagine that isn't Aerith's first redo, Pez. Imagine if she was already redoing in the OG FF7. My bro said Cloud is made by a planet like Tidus. I like this, son of Yevon. So this would time with, is Cloud Aerith's soul support? This is Cloud a weapon? A freaking planetary weapon? Woo! So the reason I think this could be the case, and it kind of ties with Aerith's soul support, is if you think about it, Minerva is the current live stream goddess, right? As we see in Crisis Core, she is a harsh bitch. She is a power of retribution. And as we see in Crisis Core, there's like the big summoning materia, red summoning materia, that marks the place where we go and meet her. The same summoning gem we have in the center of every weapon, planetary weapon. The notion that Minerva created Diamond Weapon, Sapphire, Omega, very, very likely. So if you think you've got a planetary goddess putting all of her work into creating these terrible, monstrous beings of destruction, that's Minerva creating weapons. If Aerith is indeed like a new livestream goddess, who has she worked on? Aerith works on Cloud. Aerith works on Cloud. She empowers him. So could that essentially be like, in a weird roundabout way, like Cloud essentially being like a weapon? And I definitely think we got to consider that Cloud's body is not normal, like beyond superhuman levels of strong, because I would definitely believe, like, does anyone think when Sephiroth said, "Lend me your strength"? I think that he needs Cloud as his vessel. He's tried Kadaj. What other vessels has Sephiroth inhabited? We had Seph Kadaj. We had Seph's OG body, which somehow got beaten by unenhanced Cloud Strife. How? Seph's OG body, Seph's Northern Crater body got destroyed as well. Has there been any other has Cloud inhabited any other... Sephiroth inhabited any other bodies? Is that it? Zack was super strong too. I mean, Zack certainly had the training to be like super duper strong. But what with Zack's strength, and maybe this would tie into like the power of friendship, I feel like one element we cannot discount in FF7 is that there is these like natural harmonious forces that if a person can achieve them, I guess they'd be like akin to enlightenment, that it essentially allows the individual to be more connected with the life stream and thus more infused with life force, therefore more power. Zack definitely has that balance in his character, and I definitely think that this is a theme when they was making FF7, because the original concept of Jenova, I think it was like, was it like Jehovah? You read like a certain book, and upon reading it would activate a part of your brain. I'm pretty sure this was like a... Where was it? Yeah, according to the Ultimania, in early versions of 7 script, the fact the party is chasing Jenova was that Sephiroth was made more explicit. Is this the bit I wanted? Oh yeah. The Ultimania goes further to reveal that in the game's early plans, Jenova wasn't an extraterrestrial being, but rather a certain region of the human brain or genes. The name Jenova was supposed to have originated from a book written by the Cetra. The element Jenova wasn't meant to surface under normal conditions, but rarely people were born in whom Jenova had awakened naturally. The Jenova element could have been awakened through artificial means by exposing the person to Mako energy. The Book of Jenova was said to have been written by the Cetra and known in the legends as both the Book of God and the Book of the Devil, detailing everything unknown of the human brain. And yeah, thaumaturge, is that how you say it? Thaumaturge was a name given to those whose Jenova had awakened. Used to denote those with special senses ordinary humans lack, regardless whether the abilities were innate, Aerith, or acquired. Sephiroth, Thaumaturge's abilities varied, but they shared a common ability. So yeah, I feel like Cloud sits somewhere in between these two concepts that existed back in OG and still today. That you can either get it like artificially pumped, the Sephiroth method, or you can get it through sort of natural awakening, like what Aerith is trying to do. Good morning, Miss Skelet. Hello, mate. I love this lore. Me too, man. It's so goddamn juicy. I really think in 7 Remake, we're going to have like these two aspects expanded out. I was like really saying, there's like this hive mind aspect throughout FF7, like this Jenova hive mind. And the whole thing that, because Cloud's power could be derived from, let me cover the friendship Aerith thing first. Similar to like the Sephiroths. Sephiroth, when this book, Jenova book, Thaumaturge concept was being made, Sephiroth added his name, and it was based around the tree. You guys have seen me mention this a few times. This, I think it's Judaism, like the Kabbalistic tree of life, and each one of these was a Sephiroth. I'm trying to find their translations, because I can't remember. Like Chesed was like wisdom, this was like judgment, Binar was like mercy. What were the exact elements? But basically, is there one? Trying to find it with the here we go. Yeah. Understanding, wisdom, judgment, kindness, splendor, eternity, foundation. And what we see throughout the game, the Kabbalah. Is this? Yeah, this is the Kabbalah stuff. Or is it Kabbalistic? Because Kabbalah is separate to the Judaism Kabbalistic tree, isn't it? But yeah, I definitely think throughout the game, Cloud is taught these aspects from different characters. I like the idea that some of them are from Sephiroth, like Judgment. Some of them are from Aerith like kindness, and that neither Sephiroth nor Aerith are entirely right. And the reason why Cloud is so goddamn powerful is he is the middle ground. He is the all-encompassing. I even like the idea that each of these represent an FF7 character. Oh, no. Tunes have ended. Give me a tune. Give me a tune that's going to fit this tinny hat goodness. Have I still got my tinny hat on? No. Wait, you think Aerith wants to awaken Jenova? Is that to gain dominance? No, I don't think she wants to awaken Jenova. I think she wants to awaken these aspects in Cloud so that his willpower and determination can essentially bridge the gap of purifying the planet. Because throughout FF7, I need a tuny. Throughout FF7, there's like this battle between willpowers. Got like Sephiroth's willpower battling for dominance against Jenova. That's why when we first see Seph, like he doesn't remember Cloud. He's like very alien-y in OG because it's like mostly Jenova Seph, like very little bit of Sephiroth's consciousness in there. And as the game goes on, he starts remembering Cloud. He starts like really forming this obsession, this grudge. Suddenly the failed clone starts saying Sephiroth's name and following to his body. And it's kind of written in the Ultimania that Sephiroth's willpower was even gaining dominance over Jenova. Now, what if this is indeed a re-happening? The remake. And if Sephiroth fails to beat Cloud, or through all these like lessons he's learning, what if, Advent Children Beyond, what if Cloud's willpower surpasses even Sephiroth's? Therefore, even Jenova's. And this could be the other reason I haven't really explained this friendship one out that well. What if, like, the plot twist, well, it's not really a plot twist, but why Cloud is so powerful, the way they end it in the remake, is Cloud is the ultimate experiment. He's the ultimate Jenova experiment, which would be so cool because it would fly completely in the face of the entire narrative of Cloud is a failed experiment. He was so failed that Hojo didn't even give him a tattoo. Like, there's the Northern Crater scene of, like, Cloud begging Hojo to give him one. Because he's like, no, you're just an utter failure. Cloud's not a failed Jenova experiment. He could be the ultimate one, and his willpower could exceed Jenova's. That would be huge. Huge. But yeah, I like the idea of the power of friendship. I'm going to put Sephiroth's, because I feel like that's a more like mature power of friendship. Like concept, and what we could even like interpret. I'll make a juicy tune on. Does Sephiroth still only exist because Cloud remembers him? Stay in memories. He does, but it's not even just Sephiroth's. Apparently, other people's memories of Sephiroth actually contribute to his manifesting on the planet. Obviously, his main tether is like Cloud, but there was like a detail that I think the way Sephiroth inhabits on the planet is purely cognitive. So it's purely from the person who remembers him. That's what illusion Seph is. Illusion basically inhabits in whatever way the individual remembers him. Which is kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up. Like, that kind of makes Sephiroth a legit nightmare. Like, that is pretty much what nightmare is. What's this? I saw pizza and I clicked it. Oh, this is underneath the right pizza. Sephiroth using Jenova power to his advantage. Absolutely. Pez, now that Sephi took control of Destiny as it is, do you think he altered certain events in the future but now have a more physical form instead of Hu? I definitely think he's altered events in the future. I definitely think he plans to. Hence why when Cloud went to grab his head and Seph grabbed his hand to stop him touching his head and said, oh, be careful. At which lies ahead does not yet exist. Sephiroth still want Cloud peeking into stuff that Sephiroth hasn't had time to lay up yet. But yeah, this whole next part of the remake is going to be trippy. There's going to be some like big Sephiroth mind fuckery. The nightmare begins. And when it comes to Cloud deriving his power, just looking back at the Sephiroths, if each of these does indeed denote an FF7 character, I've just lost where I had. What was that picky I just had? I was going to try to name which ones would be which, because you could even look. Aha, here we go. That's not it. You could look at each one of these, and they like distinctly assign to a specific FF7 character. What if the reason Cloud is so powerful is because all of these individuals who are in the OG FF7 crew, they all kind of represent like a different aspect of humanity. Like very important sections. Like very, you've got Reeve Tuetzi, who is like a Shinra idealist. You've got Yuffie, who is going to be the next sovereign leader of Wutai, the Eastern nations. Then you've got Vincent, who is an actual embodiment of the planet. You've got Aerith, he's Chaos. Then you've got Aerith, another embodiment of the planet, I think, goddess. And all of these characters look to Cloud as a leader. All of them. Cloud is a character that such a diverse crew of people can all get behind. And is that why Cloud's so powerful? Because he represents something that all of humanity, like there's an aspect of it in Cloud that represents the whole. Because Cloud is such a diverse dude, man. He's got a shitload of dark, he's got a shitload of light. So that's why Cloud is so powerful. You combine that even, like he's achieved this like emotional balance, like harmony, enlightenment. You even think like take the Sephiroth, something like yin and yang. Like, in Buddhism, Taoism, if you achieve balance of yin and yang, you basically become an enlightened master. And yin and yang, one of the interpretations is male and female. Cloud's even been female. He's even tapped into his femininity. He's been to space, he's been to the sea. Like there's even lines like Cloud towards the end of OGFF7, he really starts changing. He starts talking about, I've been thinking about the planet. I've been thinking about our place in the universe, the birds, the trees. I've been thinking about life. Like Cloud gets real introspective. I like deep thinking at the end of OG. And I think it's because this process is happening. These like gates of awakening are happening through Cloud. And that's why he's so powerful. So that's how I do the power of friendship. Sephiroth. Yin Yang. So he's been male. He's been female. He was so sexy. Ultimate Jenova experiment. This is a weird one I'm going to throw you. I don't know. Before I start busting out, I've got about another 4 or 5 juicy possibilities. Any you'd like to throw in, guys? Where does Cloud derive his power? His power. I would have thought Vincent is stronger from the chaos. I think Vincent will be way stronger in part 2. I think the Terra Corrupt on the planet is much, much worse. So Vincent is going to be way, way stronger. Yuffie and Vincent. I can't wait for them to be a tag team duo. I hope we get like team attacks with Yuffie and Vincent. That'd be so cool. Zack being alive is dumb. Different dimension is dumb. We don't even know if any of those things are true. We don't know if any of those things are true. And if so, we certainly don't have the context to it. Again, it could be possible that this other dimension is just removing. I don't think we're like other timelines or other dimensions. I just see distance from the heart of the planet. I think that's a cooler way to look at it. Like we're oscillating up different like gradients of levels from the heart of the planet. And like F7 Remake Part 1 was a specific level. I feel like we even had like Jesse's dad talk about the coma being the heart of the planet as a hint of that. And as we went through the portal, we ascended a level. And wherever we've gone in the heart of the planet, being a Zac Fair is a guardian of the life stream. That's how we could be back, man. So all these characters are missing parts of a whole, with Cloud bringing those aspects all together. So beautifully worded. So beautifully worded. Yeah, I think so, man. I think if the future of Shinra can get behind Cloud. I don't know if we call Reeve the future of Shinra, the future of Wutai, the future of the planet. With Omega, you've got someone like Tifa who's teaching him how to show mercy. Especially when you've got Sephiroth trying to teach Cloud judgment, like those 3 scenes in 7 Remake of Cloud going to fucking execute like Johnny, Reno, and Marco, and Tifa having to stop him. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't even think it's a question. Like that. That's why we have this scene at the end. Cloud, something like realizing death. I think. Oh, Bushido code. Bushido code. That's definitely how Cloud derives some of his power. Bushido code. The closer you follow the Bushido code in FF7, the more powerful you become. Hence why Zac's so freaking powerful. I don't know. Bushido, that could even tie into like living legacy. Is Cloud so powerful because he's Zac's living legacy? Do you guys think anything actually happened? Like esoteric on like a soul level when like Zac handed Cloud that sword and was like, you'll be my living legacy. I don't know, it ties into the whole thing of like death and honor, and like that has an integral like connection with the life stream. Hence why Genesis, he goes to Minerva. He's trying to avoid death because of the degradation from the G cells. He's scared of dying. But it's when he accepts it that Minerva then refashions him to become her new agent. Quite a power upgrade. Existentialism. Yeah, maybe if you can overcome existentialism. I mean, I definitely think so. I think in FF7, like, if the life stream is like, it has like an emotional affinity, if you can match it, then you'll get super upgrades. And this is kind of where it could explain why Cloud, even as a young boy, falling off a mountain, Teeth went in a coma, he barely got scraped knees. What if very simply, the planet empathizes and kind of takes him under his wing. Now, the reason I say that, there's a line in OG, I don't know if you can remember it, but Sid Highwind, he says that he believes that the planet is like a little child, a scared little child lost in the universe, floating through darkness, not knowing its place in the world. Who does that sound like? That sounds very much like Cloud's childhood. Like Cloud, he was lost, he couldn't fit in, he was struggling, he had a lot of fear. Exactly the way Sid Highwind described the planet as a little kid, that's exactly how Cloud was. I wonder, like, damn, did like the planet even empathize with Cloud? Kind of like picked him to be this, like to go on this, the beginning of this journey, someone who could experience all the dynamics required to be a savior of the planet. Music too high. Oh, that is pretty high actually. Oh, that's way too high. Are there any parallels between Cloud's mum and Minerva? That's the thing, man. I've been looking at Cloud here and there's really not much. There's really not much there. I mean, all we really know about Cloud's mum is she just wants Cloud to get a lovely girl to settle down with, right? That received mail from Cloud, inviting him over to a house. Overlook is different, but it's the same. Anything with Cloud here? Behind the scenes, here we go. In her console work, Tetsu Nomura, she's named Claudia Strauss. Carudia Sutarutsu. And it's said to be 33 years old. She was never given a name in the games or related materials, instead referred to as Cloud's mum in guides. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get much with the parents, to be honest. Probably no need. But I do think we're going to see Nibelheim get quite a twist up, the calm flashback. I feel like Sephiroth's going to give Cloud a second chance to save his mum. Calling it now. Cloud's going to try, fail, and be all the more fucked up from it. Funky time. Yeah, I honestly think the dream theories about part 1 are spot on, because the entire time while I was playing Remake, it felt very dreamy. It felt a bit weird. Yeah, man. And the more I watch it, the more I see like them cats. The way that they're placed, the way that they're filmed, the way that they're inserted, it's definitely like cats in esoteric dream interpretation mean when you're being led astray. And every time we were somewhere we weren't in OG, a cat was there. They hinted, man. They hinted. The fact there were 2 Midgars. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is the music okay now? Eris is definitely bae. You made me say Eris. I used to be an Eris. I transitioned. Hey Raquel, what's up? What's up? So, any other places where Cloud derives his strength? So the planet is just like Cloud, scared little kiddie. I want to go to that line, because what if the reason why Cloud survived when he was a little kid is because of what he does, because of the way that he ascends in the future. It is weird that we have 2 Clouds, because this was always so like mysterious back in OG. You know, like we had those little blackouts moments where someone was talking in Cloud's head. I think that's gonna be so cool in this remake. What's Jenova and Cloud's relationship gonna be? She's gonna still be whispering into his brain? I don't know, I probably won't be able to find it. But you know the scene I'm talking about. Another Cloud walks up to a sitting Cloud. I'm like, is that some like timeliney business going on? Like, Cloud from the future can like transmit his power back through time. Cloud derives a lot of strength from his resentment of other children. Savagely true. Oh, the feels about that. Would you smash Aerith or Tifa? Neither. I respect Aerith and Tifa. I respect their characters. I would not talk about them in such a disgusting way. But Aerith. Aerith is top tier waifu material. My headcanon theory is that after Omega's failed summoning at the end of the Cerberus, planets was still struggling as a lot of people were killed to summon Omega, so the planet rewound time to try to fix it. But Sephiroth is in live stream and is brought with. I definitely think it could be another thing that Minerva is tied into. The fact that Omega would be her last weapon, would have been Minerva's last weapon, which is the last ditch resort weapon to transport the souls. When that got sabotaged, I'm like, maybe Minerva had to use her final weapon, which was the Harbinger of Fate, which maybe Minerva used that to reset the timeline. I don't know, the fact that Cloud destroys all of these weapons, he definitely got to be one. So, ultimate Jenova experiment, or ultimate planet experiment. Thing is, it's Cloud, he's probably like a mix of all of these things. Where's my notes? No love for Jessie. Hey, you know me. I love that girl. Jessie's my best girl, man. My best girl. Seriously, I need some water. Yeah, didn't Vincent kill that thing? Yeah, Vince killed Omega. Which actually, yeah, I totally forgot about that line. Where's my notes? Power of friendship, Sephiroth's yin yang, internal life stream balance. Because, yeah, we had that scene in Advent Children. Cloud sat there, Vince grabs Cloud's arm, his geostigma arm, and like he sets off like the cells in Cloud's body, which is an interesting power that Vincent has because he is Terra Corrupt. So like he grabs his arm and it makes fucking Cloud freak out. And then Vincent says, yeah, within all human beings is a life stream, just like the planet. It can be corrupted, it can be put out of harmony, out of balance. Where's your tinfoil? A goose! oh god, I love this series, man. Part 2, I'm still convinced Jesse's going to show up at the Gold Saucer. I think so too, with no memory of like Avalanche. Jesse's dad will be there, which again, heart of the planet. Hey Pez, 2 ideas. What if around Aerith's death there is a Cloud boss? And 2, what if you get to play as Sephiroth in the Nibelheim flashback? I mean, absolutely we have to play Sephiroth in the Nibelheim flashback. For sure. And they will. Bloody better. But when you say a Cloud boss around Aerith's death, what do you mean? I'm getting freaked out. Because obviously at that scene, Jenova tries to make Cloud be the one who Aerith. Get Tash to narrate your theory, shall I? In the announcement trailer, they say the promise has been kept, or promise has been made. Was it kept? Made? Could that promise be Cloud's promise to be Zack's living legacy, or something else? That could be one. The living legacy thing. Super freaking powerful. But I also think the promise, I hope it's going to be, like I said, similar to the Tifa and Aerith parallels of promise. Like Cloud promised Tifa at the water well that if she was ever in danger, he would come save her. It was a promise that fueled Cloud to go on to being soldier. It's the beginning of the entire story. If Cloud makes a promise to Aerith just before, because what I can see is in the final showdown at Midgar, Cloud and Sephiroth are there, the meteor's coming down, Tifa's dead, Barrett's dead, like that VR segment was real. Meteor hits. I still think that Sephiroth wants Cloud as the vessel to absorb the souls, because Sephiroth's body couldn't in OG. Cloud will have all the souls of the life stream, and I reckon we could flash out and have like a full-on face-to-face with Jenova. Not Jenova in a monstrous form, but like Jenova doll. Like her kind of human sexy form. We have like her. And then we have like Minerva. And like there's this whole trippy segment of like Cloud interacting with these things. And then after like that, like maybe Aerith. And he has to deal with like these 3 like tiers, these 3 ideologies in FF7. And then he just makes a promise to Aerith. He says, I promise. And his promise was to release the souls of humanity 500 years later, Nanaki over Midgar. And the promised land was Cloud's promise to Aerith. That would be so good. That would be so good. I hope that happens, man. So poignant. Pez, who would you rather have a death battle with if you had to choose? Oren or Sephiroth? Oren. Obviously, I would just go for his weak arm. Just go for Oren's weak arm. At least Oren has the semblance of some sort of weakness. Make Minerva and Jenova look identical, sisters even. I like the thinking evermore. I genuinely think it wouldn't be a terrible idea to make Jenova some fallen goddess. At the end of the day, why is it that Jenova cells create wings? Wings in the back of a person, either black or white, as they said in the Ultimate Mania, determined by the person's spiritual intention. Why the fuck would something within Jenova allow someone to sprout angel wings? I don't know, man. And especially when you think like Jenova's got so much beef with the Cetra. I know the Cetra imprisoned her. Ooh! What if... Oh shit, I'm just thinking. What if Cloud derives his power because he's a summon? What if Cloud's a summon? Think about it. We found out... I mean, we kind of knew this before, but FF7 Remake even emphasized it more in the VR segment. The summons were actual Cetra. Actual Cetra who handed away their own free will and sort of autonomy to become these primitive, primal like beings to guard the planet. So, and we even found in like Before Crisis, Elf, who had like a materia in her chest. She meets Aerith, and Aerith hears a voice. Like a disembodied old voice that isn't Elf's. It's the consciousness within inside the materia. So if there's summons who can be actual people who are super fucking empowered to be guardians of the planet, could Cloud in some way be a summon? I don't know, man. I don't know. Where does Cloud derive his strength? Is it purely from J cells? Is it from like more life stream in his body? Positive emotional balance, well, not positive emotional balance, this is Cloud, but all-encompassing emotional balance. He's experienced the lows, the highs, the yings, the yangs, all the polarities of life. Maybe it's made him like a summon, because, man, why is it in Advent? Why is it again in Advent Children Cloud's the only one who's still powerful? Can anyone remember? I remember Tiva said they weren't as sharp as they were. Kinda like a primal. Maybe. Jenova absorbed a part of Minerva's power when they met. That's cool, JC. That's cool. Yeah, because as Seth says, and this is where I wanted to do my hive mind theory more. Sephiroth says one of Jenova's powers is to allow the person to allow Jenova to absorb the person's memories, but more than that, like the nuances of how they behave, how they act, and that's how Jenova can become a very convincing like doppelganger that drives the Cetra mad. So if Jenova can pretty much take that much down to even like the person's like smallest nuances or flexions in voice or like behavior patterns, yeah, what if Jenova did come across Minerva? Because I definitely think that happened, because I think that Minerva created the proto-materia. The proto-materia was used to imprison Jenova in the northern crater. Again, only Cetra can craft materia. That's how she imprisoned. And when that got removed and put inside Vincent, that's why the events of Advent Children happened. I think Grimoire's exact wording was that it would bring about the Advent, the proto-materia. She learned the rules about the planet through Minerva, yes. Cloud's dad could be Hojo. Oh god. No one wants Hojo to be Sephiroth's dad. Make it freaking Cloud as well. Hojo is just everyone's daddy in FF7. He's the planet's dad. Hello, Planet Da Vinci. Do you really think Kadaj and the gang will return? Probably not. I reckon what with the whispers at the end being Kadajlos and Yuzu, I think that's probably going to be enough involvement for them. I think that Square Enix to just like pick and weave these things in. You know, I always had a theory that Kate is actually activated as a summon with a robot vessel. Yeah. Cloud became the Cloud he is now sometime after Zack's death. Yeah, I did the whole video. I didn't release it. I sent it on Patreon. The whole thing about how much does Cloud actually get from Zack? Because, you know, does Cloud have Zack's memories? Well, the answer is both yes and no. He does have Zack's memories. Well, he doesn't have Zack's memories in terms of Cloud doesn't remember Aerith when they go to Gongaga. Cloud doesn't remember his parents. So there's a lot of evidence that Cloud doesn't just have it. And there's even that line saying, in OG, Cloud saying, I heard this story from my friend Zack, and I made up the rest from all the things I had felt and seen in my life. So it was very clear that Zack told Cloud while they were escaping, while Cloud was in a coma. He was awake a few times. Told him about what happened at Nibelheim and that Cloud filled in the gaps. That's how Cloud was able to be in Zack's shoes in the Nibelheim flashback. Cloud was someone could geostigma affect him. I'd say even more so. Because summons are just like pure life stream. If that gets infected, that's pretty messed up. But then, yeah, the reason why Cloud must have some of Zack's memories is the reason why Cloud must have some of Zack's memories. What did I put in that video? I can't even remember. I think I was talking about the accuracy of like Cloud's interpretation of what happened. We've had 3 versions of the Nibelheim flashback. We've had Cloud's version where he thinks he's Zack and it's inaccurate. We've had Cloud's version where it's actually Cloud's version. And then we've had Zack's version in Crisis Core. I think it'd be even cool if like Nibelheim this time we get from like Seth's version. Hey, I see. What's up, mate? But I'm racking my brain and I'm pissing myself off because I did a whole video on it. And there was something more substantial into why Cloud has to have some of Zack's memories. I can't remember what it was. Certainly picks up his like fighting prowess. Because yeah, like the whole thing that Jenova can like adapt from like a person's mannerisms and like physical attributes and shit. Everyone with Jenova cells has that power, I think. And I say that because Zack, he starts picking up like abilities from people he meets. He picks up like Aerith's healing rain, picks up like Genesis' apocalypse, like meteor rain shared between Cloud and Zack, and like an Octaslash. So the whole thing that like Jenova's like shape-shifting, whatever we would call this, the ability to interact or like absorb something from another. I think Cloud has that, man. I actually think that's how Cloud, like a whole of part 1 got infiltrated, like with the plot ghosts. I'm pretty convinced now that everyone saw the plot ghosts when Cloud touched them. Aerith was the first to touch Cloud, and then Cloud started like passing it round. Because we see it so much. So you notice in the remake how much we have like flashes of people touching. We have it for both the planet and for Jenova. Like every time someone got touched, suddenly they'd be able to see the plot ghosts. And then again, we go to the bridge scene when Sephiroth's coming down. He's coming down. He's just illusion Seth, as per the old mania, only in fucking Cloud's head. No one else is. No one else can see Sephiroth. And we can see because they're like, Cloud, what the fuck's up? Then Tifa touches Cloud's arm and all of a sudden the whole crew can see them. Can see Sephiroth. He went from illusion Seth to tangible Seth. I feel like, yeah, that's why hallucination is stronger. Like, you've got to start thinking of Cloud as like a mini Jenova. Cloud was made by midichlorians. I think the end of the game is going to be the exact way it does in OG. But everything before it's going to sit like F7 path. You think the end of 7 Remake is going to be the same as the end of OG FF7? Is that what you're saying? I might be missing, but I could not disagree more. I think the endings are going to be leagues different. If we go by that logic, I think Cloud probably has some of that ability, but I don't think he has it anywhere near as strong as Zack. Cloud's style is a hybrid of Zack and his own. Meteor shots, meteor rain is technically Cloud's own move. No one else is unlike Zack, who stole limit breaks left, right, and center. I could definitely see Aerith still dying, but of her own accord this time. I could. I mean, maybe not at the Temple of the Ancients. Maybe they try to like fake us out there. Because what I kind of think is that Cloud is so slowly going to get more and more of like his future memories from the planet, from Seth. And as per like the lyrics of the song in part 1, Hollow, that is like a power ballad coming from Cloud's freaking heart, man. And in it, I will never let you go. All of these lines about like, if I'd have done something different, if I'd have acted different, no, if I'd have realised sooner. I think Cloud's going to, as we're coming up to the moment where like Aerith is about to disappear and go into the Temple of the Forgotten City, through the Forgotten Forest. I think Cloud's going to suddenly have some big epiphany. I reckon he's going to chase her down. I reckon he's going to save her and break what Aerith said. You cannot fall in love with me. I reckon that's going to happen. We're all going to be like, ah! And then in some way Aerith is still going to die. But this time without Holy being summoned. Without Holy being summoned. And that's why the meteor is going to hit the planet. And there will be no live stream. There will be no Holy. That's why I think the ending of 7 Remake is going to be so different. I reckon Cloud is going to get fucking hit face first with the meteor. Wow! GNTM! Are you sure? Orange rain? I'm just tinfoil hat rambling. Thank you. Nibelheim, Tinfoil. Let's go. Jenova's proximity affected Cloud and Tifa. Cloud equals average grunt until facing Seth in front of Jenova. He's the hero he dreamed of being as a kid. Jenova can tear minds apart. Tifa put Clouds back together. Whoa! Jenova's proximity affected Cloud and Tifa. Cloud equals average grunt until facing Seth in front of Jenova. He's the hero he dreamed of being as a kid. So are you saying that by being in front of Jenova Dreamweaver, based on the person's willpower or dreams or aspirations, that maybe Cloud, because he has the J cells as well, that it somehow happens? Is that what you're saying, or am I misinterpreting that? But I like the idea, but I definitely agree. Jenova and Seth are there trying to rip Cloud's head apart. Tifa and Aerith are there to put it together. And that's why I feel like Cloud is just like a polarity of like so many people's energies, that if anyone was to be deemed worthy of like making a planetary choice, it'd be this dude. It'd be a dude who has seen both the shit and the good. Oh yeah, Sonon's gonna die, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, Hollow's lyrics, Advent Children, Cloud perspective, yeah, post AC, everything that's happened. How many of you think by the end of 7 Remake, the characters will have full remembrance of their entire compilation selves? Didn't they play it like that? Like they were just suddenly awakened to everything they've ever done? But I don't know, any other contributions? So that's sort of my list on where Cloud actually gets his power. Before he was enhanced, it could have been adrenaline and willpower. Again, I think it could be a mix of alls, maybe some sort of like crazy backstory. I always definitely think what with Nibelheim and how weird that place is, what it means lore-wise and mythology-wise, and why it's created. In fact, just thinking, so Niflheim is obviously Norse mythology. Who would like the equivalent of Minerva be in Norse mythology? Would it be Freya? Would Freya be like the equivalent of Jenova? I'm just thinking because obviously we've got like Freya, who then imbued one of her sons with basically like invincibility. Like his body, like only mistletoe could destroy him. I wonder if like maybe something like that could somehow have happened, because again, Cloud falling down that fucking cliff and not getting injured when Tifa went in a coma. I'm not saying. Back then we only ever got scraped knees. It's like back then that was like the only kind of injury we ever used to get. I don't know. Like maybe Cloud's like balder. That's why he can't feel anything. That's why he's such an emo. I don't know. I know that in Greek mythology, Athena is Minerva's counterpart. Like a goddess of war sort of thing. Goddess of war and judgment. And also olives. Wasn't Athena... Was she olives? I feel like weirdly she was olive oil. Oh yeah, as for Roche, man. You know my theory on Roche. Greg, so yeah, Adrenaline, some crazy backstory we don't know about. Was it Destiny? Destiny plot ghosts. They were there the whole freaking time. Destiny, I mean, again, each plot ghost is a soul in the live stream, so who knows, like Aerith's soul support. All the souls of the live stream are starting to rally behind Aerith. Aerith gives her undevoted commitment to Cloud. That actually gets power. Is Cloud a weapon? Aerith works on Cloud. What does that mean? Friendship. Zack, Sephiroth, Yin Yang. Ultimate Jenova experiment, not the failed. Bushido. Planet empathizes with Cloud. I'm just gonna add. MC plot power. Summon. Could it be a summon? What on that? Was this a song in the remake? When did this come on? Hey? Am I still on some remake? When did this song play? I'm so confused. Pez, you stop lifting, bro. Yeah, man. Switch out all the lifting and all the real manly stuff just for yoga and cycling and bird watching. I'm gonna become a skinny but happy beta boy. Oh, it plays if you get the kiss from Jessie. Oh yeah, on the device. Yeah, you're right. Alright, those are my theories. I'm gonna go for a quick pee. Everyone type it. Where do you think Cloud gets his power from? How is he so powerful? What are you doing? I look in the kitchen and Tasha just stood there in front of camera holding a pot of yogurt. She's just smearing her face with yogurt.
I'm not smearing my face.
Smearing your face with yogurt and putting it on Instagram.
I'm trying to make a reel.
Desperate you are for views. Beans. Beans gives Cloud his clout.
I'll narrate your video.
You want to narrate my video?
I heard someone said that.
You want to narrate where?
People want to hear my skanky voice?
Why is your voice skanky? How can a voice be skanky? But yeah, you can narrate it, Tash. Not like that. Do you drink soy milk, Pez? I do. Full blown soy boy. Full blown soy boy. Maybe not the soy stuff. I quite like the Nordic oat and hemp Yeah, man. Oat and hemp milk. Get a bit of that hemp in the morning. White wing angel power from proximity to Jenova. I like the idea. And I could definitely like get on board with like Cloud's power comes from like he was soaked in Mako. He now has Jenova power, Jenova enhancements. He can adapt his power based on the scenarios. It has an integral tether to the live stream, so his emotional output and input directly affects his power level. It's when Cloud is always, it takes him going down and out, being on his knees broke before he pulls out his fucking like MacGuffin of a move. But how does that explain Cloud lifting Sephiroth? I mean, it bugs me so much. Cloud lifting Sephiroth without enhancements. He killed Sephiroth with no Mako enhancements. He fell down a cliff when he was a young boy. Cloud's strong because he's a protagonist. So you're also saying just MC plot armor power. When I'm making theories, this is what I usually do. I just sort of slide through, take inspirations, whack up Wikipedia pages. Oh, I really want to do a mythology video sometime. Like all the coolest, like maybe like the top 30 coolest like mythology references or like story weaves that exist in FF7. I'd love that, man. An excuse to sit reading mythology all day. It might really just be the underdog kind of story. I think it could be. I mean, it definitely is, but I don't know, Cloud's level just escalates so much. So much. Hey, Legend of Marlon. Hello. Let me quickly check my stonks. Make sure my stonks haven't collapsed. Basically just anime plot armor. I mean, look at Squall, for fuck's sake. The thing is, you say anime plot armor, I mean, the thing with Squall, for example, is that does obviously have a reason. He is like destined to be a knight of a sorceress. And all the complexities that come with a knight and her sorceress. So it did have a reasoning, and yeah, the thing is, this question, where does Cloud derive his power, would leave it just like anime plot armor and all that shit. But there's like so much that is juicy and set up in the FF7 lore that they could easily like tie it into any of these cool like logical explanations. One MCU didn't have plot armor. Oh god, not. You guys are the best, man. I want to watch that camping scene again. It's gonna make me cry. Oh, it's so beautiful. Go check see if Bitcoin has collapsed. I've been doing crypto for about a month now, and this is some terrifying shit, man. Anyone else got some crypto? Anyone else holding? Oh god, that's my future's at. Am I in profit? What sort of profit have I? I've made £4.11 profit. Huge. That's all right. I'll take it. He wanted to be the greatest soldier like Sephiroth when he told Tifa as well. True that. Was there another section to that comment, Thomas? I like that. I like that, especially in terms of like there's so many references like children. Obviously, where Cloud derives his power definitely sources and roots itself in childhood. Again, Sid saying the planet is like a child, Advent children. You know, the whole notion that it's the next generation, so being taught to care for the planet, and all the parallels with that. Marlene becoming a new little Aerith. Maybe Cloud is a bit close to being a Cetra, considering he could talk to Zack and Aerith in AC. Yeah, man. There's like a triforce of weirdness with Cloud. Is he can cognitively tap into Jenova stuff and like the hive mind of Jenova. I definitely think like even when like Marco touched him, Cloud had his headache and we flashed like in all the crater and we saw like the clone saying reunion, and like it's walking and it says reunion and then it sort of like looks directly at the camera. I'm just like, shit, was there some sort of like hive mind link that just went on? And then yeah, you've got the fact that Cloud can also tap into the live stream. He can literally see live stream goddamn souls. He could I love this tune, man. Why can Cloud enter Soldier? If only the strongest are accepted. He's pretty strong everywhere he's shown. Maybe, well, Cloud was not strong. That's the weird thing. Like while he was able to beat Sephiroth by picking him up and survive that cliff fall, he was too weak to get into Soldier. Too frail. Completely failed his entrance exams, and that's how Cloud actually has his breakdown in OG. When Sephiroth was trying to torment him with the picture, and Cloud, he's like, I don't believe Sephiroth anyway, and he starts talking about Soldier, and then he's like trying to remember how you get in a Soldier, and then he has his massive meltdown. It's like, why can't I remember? So yeah, that's a weird thing, like it kind of contradicts Cloud being super powerful. Well, no, it doesn't contradict it. I guess that just makes it even more that it's like an emotional affinity thing. Cloud's only powerful when his willpower spikes. Since Hojo already dropped the bombshell of Cloud not being a soldier, one of the Whisperers wiped their memory of that. Those scenes were kind of vague. Thing, yeah, Hojo did tell us that. They didn't do any mind fix. Actually, did they do any mind fix on Cloud? It's so hard with part 1 because there's like significant scenes and moments that they see and they just like walk past it. And when they did go into deep ground, they never talk about it again because Cloud gets his memory wiped. He looks at the cat. It's like, good kitty. Did Sephiroth allow Cloud to throw him into the live stream? Surely not. I mean, he certainly didn't look like it. But maybe, why would he? Why would he? I mean, saying that, the last tour of the Last Order, because there's 2 versions of that scene. In this one, I think Sephiroth jumps in. In OG and I think Crisis Core as well, he just jumps in. What was this? No, he gets thrown in, but then in Last Order, I think he jumps in. Where the hell is my music? Watch this scene again. What is this? It's the full 25-minute thing. Okay, yeah. Last Order's actual right, man. Wow, why don't I remember this opening? Oh, it's Cloud.
Oops.
It's Cloud getting carried by Saki boy.
My bad. I want to let you rest, but it seems we don't have time for that.
It's so quiet. Let me turn it up a bit. Zach's voice is so weird in this. I think this is a fan dub. Hopefully that wasn't Greg.
Military has made contact with the target.
So we've got the fire. CP Hiroth.
I'm coming to you now.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Cloud survived Cliffall as kid, but after leaving Nibelheim to join Soldier was so thoroughly unremarkable, then went home to Nibel again, achieves the impossible in defeating Seth. Nibelheim equals key. It really could, you know. It really could. In terms of like Cloud's like strength and motivation being tethered to like his hometown, but even for what Nibelheim represents. Again, in terms of where the nightmare begins, in terms of the land of death, where the gates of hell are near to, everything that Square set Nibelheim up to be, could Nibelheim be the key to Cloud's strength?
It's Master Zungan! Master!
Oh, Tifa's voice is so...
Tifa, get going!
Master Zungan!
Here.
What the hell is going on?
Where's this throwdown?
Everyone!
This one's the perfect gift for the friend who's been getting a little
I'm
too
gonna-
comfortable during quarantine.
I'm gonna jot
with
that
Landscapes
down.
And their new performance
Nibelheim
package.
equals
Starting off with
key.
the star of the show, the updated Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer.
Yes,
And with a
Nibelheim.
7,000 RPM blade combined
Key.
with that built-in light, their safe ceramic blades help reduce
Keep
the
your brains rolling, guys. Where's
making it one of the
I've never watched The Last Order. You've never watched this? It's pretty cool.
How could you do this to everyone?
Tifa's much better at carrying that sword in Last Order. She could barely carry it in OG. The nasty slice. Wow, savage.
You promised. You would come and save.
You promised. See, there's one promise, the important promise between Tifa and Aerith. Tifa and Cloud. Aerith and Cloud need to make a promise, and that should be the promised land. Yeah, man.
Cloud.
So I'm gonna watch. Watch this
Would you
scene.
yapping and get it out already?
Oh shit, it's quite long.
There's no way I'd have.
Alright, they're riding.
Nation, right? I volunteered to be your guide here.
Trippy photo.
And why did my father
Tifa.
hate it? Shinra, Soldier, and all of you. I hate you all.
Right. Jinty has a point. Wait, yeah, Jinty has a point. To branch off that maybe being there, those memories sort of powered him up and helped him beat Sephiroth. And when he lost it, it became a part of him, so he grew stronger. Ooh. Ooh. So what, are you saying like as Cloud's memories like come back to him over the game, like his power increases the entire time? I mean, memories equaling power would make a lot of sense. Memories is life stream, and we could kind of say, you know, two ways to derive strength: the Jenova route and the life stream route. Even though actually Jenova does get its power from the life stream route as well. It just corrupts the life stream, which is corrupted memory. So memories definitely equals power. Memories is like ether. What ether is in 14. So the notion that as Cloud regains more of his memories, he in a way sort of like cleanses the corrupted memory within his body, therefore cleansing his life stream essence, therefore increasing his power levels. Memories equals power. And obviously his memories are tethered to Nibelheim and the events of it and what actually happened and the illusion of it all. And that could go even further as to why Sephiroth tries to muddle Cloud's memory so much about Nibelheim, like the very exhaustive scene of Sephiroth in Nibelheim, creating illusion, trying to show him the photo. And I think even Cloud like says it was an illusion that he all made up, and Barrett sort of looks at me and goes, that's pretty goddamn strong for an illusion. Like even Barrett's like, nah man, what we're dealing with here is way more. Alright, Zack fucking blast the door open. We get a little showdown between these two, it's cool.
Mother, let's take this planet back together. I have an idea.
What do you think of all the mother references in FF7? Obviously the mother references for Jenova, but also like the mother references for Aerith in Advent Children. Well, what do they all mean?
Why don't we go to the promised land? Mother.
Sephiroth! Why did you kill the villagers? Why did you hurt Tifa? Answer me, Sephiroth!
Mother, they've come again. Mother was supposed to be the ruler of this planet.
Mother.
With her superior power,
Mother.
knowledge, and magic. But those fools, those worthless creatures, stole this planet away from you. But don't despair. Come with me.
It's I don't know, Freudianism.
We finally meet.
Tell me more, Uchiha.
Sephiroth. What the hell happened?
Yeah, I agree with that. Planet equals Mother Nature. Yeah, I believe that there's a reason why Minerva's female. Jenova, presented like through Dull Jenova's female. Aerith, yeah, Mother Nature, whoever like the planetary goddess is, and obviously Sephiroth sees Jenova as
You traitor.
as that being. And then everyone starts seeing Aerith as it in her Advent Children.
No. You're not the Sephiroth I once knew.
I quite like this Sephiroth, like kind of a bit nutty and loose. What was that? Just what's this fucking Sephiroth just pulling off the flying squirrel? Just the attacking dive bombing squirrel, just like oh! Oh, it's so weird. Like Sephiroth usually likes to just like hover down upright and like, you know, all like snooty and upright. Not old Seph, just
I am the chosen one. I exist to become this planet's ruler.
there we
In
go.
order to return
God
this
damn,
planet
Sephiroth's
from
such a good
you
villain.
fools to the hands of the Cetra, I was born. For mother's sake.
Web creators.
I even think
You can create any type of work.
I even think like Aerith,
Clients with
I definitely agree with Ice. So they're like, you could even say like if memories equals power. Now that Aerith has like so many of them, like Aerith is, yeah, her power levels are nuts in 7 Remake. But I even start like looking at what would a Aerith and Cloud training montage look like? It wouldn't look like your classic combat training montage. Like, you know when they were outside her house and she got Cloud speaking with the flowers? Even that could be seen as like a training montage. Like Cloud's finally, even if it was a bit like satirical and like not fully sure of it, Cloud's starting to even like attempt to speak to flowers, the planet and shit. What if that like gets?
all right
What if that gets much further? Like, what if Aerith legit teaches Cloud pretty much like how to commune with the planet? Whoa, that'd be nuts.
Mother.
Alright, yes. So to be fair, Cloud manages to get a little sneaky stab in here.
Who are you?
Return my mother,
It's Greg!
Tifa, and my village.
It's Greg!
I respected you, admired you.
This Cloud voice is so weird.
But I
You bastard.
So Seth was a bit injured, which is fair enough. Still doesn't really explain the scene coming up.
Tifa.
Like, Cloud, you silly sausage, finish him off! Like, he goes legging it Tifa rather than getting the job done. Greg will be in part 2. Man, they better name him Greg. I'm squeeing up so hard right now.
Cloud. So you came for me.
It's loud enough. Turn
You
up.
kept our promise. You came and saved me.
Sorry. I was a bit late getting to you.
It's alright, Cloud.
Mother. How dare you?
So it always has to be Jenova's head. What is it? There's I covered this before. What is it that the head specifically allows? Is summon, man. It's a summon. Jenova's head allows a summon. Yeah. The dub of this is, I think it's fan made, man. So it's alright.
You.
Cloud. Finish him off.
By the likes of you.
Sephiroth!
Don't think it's that easy. By a lowly human like you. You really thought you could defeat me?
Yeah. Quickly on this point, because we know we're talking about memories equals power. You can even tell when Sephiroth tries to use that, because in AC, Sephiroth picks him up the exact same way, impales him through the same arm, picks him up, and even says, "Is this the pain you felt?" So again, trying to remind Cloud and fuck his memory up. Is that to try to disempower him?
My family.
I know, but this is where it gets.
Town.
This
You've
is where it
done
gets
it all
weird.
right, and I will never forgive you.
See, in OG, he just lobs him.
Possible. Who the hell are you?
And is that just a glow off of the Mako pool that they're around? Impossible. Who the hell are you? Sephiroth is fucking mind blown. It's sheer mental pain for where I'm seeing Cloud uses. That's pure adrenaline, pure that. I don't know, that kind of looks like Mako in his eyes, but I think that could just be a reflection coming off of the pools nearby. Or is that actually in his
Mother.
eyes?
Let's go to the promised land together.
And he jumps in this. Seth thought that would take him to the promised land. Whoa. Who that? What? Wait, which Turk is that? Whoa. Am I being a silly sausage for not recognizing? Who's that? She looks cool. It's like much older Tifa or angry Tifa. Tsundere Tifa. There's too many Turks, damn it. In my opinion, there's not enough. She's got to be a before crisis called Turk, right? Probably like knives or dagger or some nutty
I
name.
sure hope those boys made it out alive.
So that's what most of you are sticking with, right? Willpower. You think willpower alone allowed a kid who was too weak to even qualify for soldier to literally lob one of the strongest beings on the fucking planet, enhanced with the strength level that is so above and beyond anything remotely close to human. I don't know, man.
I don't think it's that
I
easy.
know. I want to visit the thing I was looking at earlier. I want to see how they frame it in Tifa low angle. Please stop baiting me with these videos. Stop. I keep getting videos like Tifa doing pull-ups and Tifa doing monkey bars and just upskirts of Tifa all day, fucking every day. Not that horny a person YouTube recommends. My recommended thinks I'm way hornier than I am. Alright, where was this thing? So I might be making more of it, but than it really was. Cloud falling. I want to see just how little this fucked him up. Oh, there it is. So, yeah. Kids cross the mountains. Tifa wants to find her mother on the other side. This spawned a theory that Tifa's mum was a failed experiment. I think it's just the more Norse concept of where the afterlife is. Oh man, I haven't heard this song in so long. Oh, get mad nostalgia. YouTube recommended is a reflection of oneself. Alright, so they go to cross. And the fall happens. I don't remember the path I walked. Tifa missed her step. I ran to her, but didn't make it in time. We both fell off the cliff. Back then, I only scarred my knees, but... yeah, so there's that line. Back then, I only scarred my knees. What is it in Remake? I really want to find this. Find the scene. Can anyone remember roughly whereabouts the scene was where Cloud meets other Cloud? Was it like after the first night's sleep or something? Or second night's sleep? I probably shouldn't be on the entire timeline. Can anyone find the scene? Wasn't it after the airbuster? Oh, actually, you might be right. Was it after he fell off the bridge? Yeah. I think you're right, actually. Yeah, around about here. So yeah, we have this scene, Cloud falling. Does he meet other Cloud here? Yeah.
Hey, buddy. You okay?
Hey, buddy, you okay?
Made it through with just a couple of scraped knees back then. Back then? What do you say? We doing this? Have we? Never mind about that. Right
Have
now,
we... was that met before?
move something. Anything. Why not? Good. Easy
That's-
does it. Slow. And steady.
And then it switches to Seph. Yeah, that's kind of how I used to see it as well, Mizaz. Like that was like Zack, or like kind of the way that Zack used to like comfort him. See, like it really doesn't sound like Cloud. Like everything was like Buddy, and I think we kind of had that in OG. That like of all the like mysterious disembodied voices there were, like one of them was Zack. Was that the one that was always asking, like, whether Cloud was going to ask Tifa on a date or something? Like, there was that voice in Cloud's head. I think it was like Zack that was always trying to encourage him to get laid. My man.
What's your tinfoil hat?
That's such a freaky scene, man.
Where's your hat?
Huh?
Where's
Oh
your hat?
god, fucking hell, Tash, you made me jump. Deep in the tinfoil.
Made it through with just scraped knees back then. Back then? What do you say?
Thing is, do you see that? Do you see that as more of part of Cloud's original personality before he went all mind broke? I kind of think, like, could this be like a future Cloud, man? I don't know, like how they retcon it, like what it was originally in FF7 versus what they now turn it into. I don't know, could this even be like future Cloud?
Have we? Never mind about that.
Have we? I guess that's like, have we met?
Right now.
Again, it all smells of Zack.
Move something. Anything. Why not? Good. Easy does it. Slow. And steady. Yeah. Hey. Who?
So what do you think of the
Who are you?
I am your everything. Oh, Cloud. There's still so much to be done.
Yeah, I interpret that all as just the multiple like voices and like battles going on in Cloud's mind. I guess sort of all like conflicting and some contradicting others, and Sephiroth using it to weasel about the ghosts as he's falling. Though, how do you interpret that as like the plot ghosts softened Cloud's fall? I know it's supposed to be like the flower garden and Zack's fallen through it before, but like, why were the ghosties here? I just wonder if they like retcon the concept, like Destiny slowed down his fall, so he like didn't die. I simply say that because then you could then retcon that idea to when Cloud fell down the mountainside, did Destiny break his fall over Tifa's? Like, what if the plot goes soften Zack's fall too? Entirely possible. Entirely possible with these fucking Kingdom Hearts bullshit Azkaban protecting motherfuckers.
Scraped knees back then. Back then? What do you say?
Yeah, back then, we only got scraped knees. Let's see a little flatline Cloud. Looks like Johnny. Johnny time travelled and saved small girl Tifa. Johnny really does become an interdimensional White Knight. What the hell's matter? Yeah, so Cloud gets the blame. And then they just fucking leave him, savage. Coma for 7 days. How'd you do it, Claude? Or maybe it's creepy Johnny kidnapping Tifa. I think because they realise it's ridiculous flowers to break his fall, plot ghost was their kind of deal. Yeah, and it's not even just like plot ghosts necessarily, because we got to remember beneath that flower garden there is a portal. There are certain like is Una chicken in. You got walkies? Let's see some happy walkie dogs. Go on, brighten up everyone's day. Una,
Rookies?
go walkies. I'm gonna wind her up. Cute doges.
Come on, Uni.
But yeah, beneath the flower garden, it's like a portal.
I know.
I don't know what that means.
Goodbye.
Our dogs don't work properly.
my
Return them
rape
to the
alarm.
store. Oh my god. Tash actually purchased a rape alarm.
Because there's a lot of dog napping in the area.
There's dog napping, so she...
And they pry on young women.
Shall we try to
so-
activate it? How do you get back
it's
in?
so loud, don't.
I'm going to try
It's
it.
horrific.
I'm going to
don't.
try it. Alright, so I'm walking down the street. I've got my juicy glutes. Someone has a look at my juicy glutes. They're like, I want some of them glutes. And I just say, no, get away. Oh, shit. Ah. Oh, my God.
Isn't it horrific?
Oh, my God, my eardrums.
So I've got that. I've got good protection.
Very good.
Bye.
That come through super loud. But yeah, just beneath the flower garden, there's obviously that pool where like, the life stream wells up in Advent Children, and that's like a little, like a sort of like these little like veins that connect to different areas. Because yeah, when Cloud falls into the live stream and then like washes up at Midil, and then like Sephiroth's body obviously falls in Midgar, and it travels to the northern crater. I think there's also an established connection between Minerva's Grove and Aerith's Church as well. So there could very easily be like some sort of underground live stream networky channels where information is passed, and the fact that Cloud and Zack both fall through that, we might as well say Destiny's involved, right? How does Zack fall through it again? I'm so confused. What mission is Zack on when he falls through the church? It is the Angeal fire, right? That was the first time I heard about Sephiroth. I thought if I was strong like Sephiroth, then, ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So the first time Cloud heard about Sephiroth was when he just had this deeply traumatic moment where he'd fallen, all the villagers shunned him, and then he heard of Sephiroth. I know, that kind of like, that negative association in like Cloud's mind of like Sephiroth being like everything dark and shit that he associates. That was the first time. I'm going to jot that down. That could be St. Juicy later on. Cloud first hears of Seth after his fall. Seth was like the epitome of don't meet your heroes. Hey, Blix. What's up, mate? And I've been a fan of your content since your playthrough of WoF. That was my first playthrough, man. My first playthrough. I'm seeing some I hate 10-2s in the chat. I will bring the hammer of justice upon you. 10-2 is a great game. A great game. I'm still waiting for the sequel of WoF. Me too, man. I want it. I thought if I were strong like Sephiroth then. If I could just get stronger, even Tifa would notice me. Oh man, I can't wait for this scene in the remake. It's gonna be so good. There's a whole thing about Tifa's memories as well. There's definitely a weird thing about her memories, or how her and Cloud interacts, because she forgets stuff, but there's also that scene from like Sephiroth, because I was doing like the whole does Cloud have Zack's memories, There was that scene where Sephiroth says to Cloud that he had taken on Tifa's memories and they had become all that he was. It was so weird. There's like Tifa's interpretation, I can't remember where the scene is, Tifa's interpretation of Nibelheim. Seth saying that Cloud had basically taken on some of hers. Like absorbed some of hers. It was really weird. I can't remember what it was. I remember back when we were 8. That's it, now I know. You weren't created 5 years ago. My child memories weren't all made up. Yeah, because, yeah, Tifa has to basically dive through hers because it's through, like, Cloud is like, oh, if Tifa can just remember if he was actually real or not, she basically helps him deal with his existential crisis. I don't know why Tifa finds it so hard to remember her goddamn childhood, though. So... But it's so interesting that they're like, their memories are kind of codependent. Tifa and Cloud are such a weird relationship. Like, they're kind of like Luna and Noctis. Like, these two have not seen each other since they were like 9. Where are you going? Where are we going? Make a rector, I don't know. Okay. Someone said the 7 Remake's music OST was shit. Nutters. Nutters and idiots. That's such a satisfying sound. I don't know why. I love that retro sword slash. No, Tifa! Hey, that isn't you. Don't know why it's saying Zax. Must be this version. So it was Zax who came to Nibelheim with Sephiroth. Why is Tifa's memory so muddled up? Why is Tifa's memory so wrong? I get it with Cloud, but oh, poor Zach. Look. Whoa! Oh. Cloud, did you see this? What question? I saw it. There we go. That's the true truths. Pez. In Japanese, Zack is pronounced Zax. Oh. Alright, so you managed to get a sneaky little stab in still. Yeah. Tifa's 3,000 years old. Her childhood was so long ago. Do you think that we're going to see, like, a third Nibelheim story, or like a third Nibelheim perspective, or some new insight to the Nibelheim flashback. Like we've had 3 versions now. Oh man, Nibelheim's got to be so trippy. I really hope we go into Seth's POV, to be honest. I hope that's what happens. That's what happened. Nibbers is going to be a very different view. Yeah, man. You were watching over me. Greg. Tifa's model is so weirdly shaped in this mod. Who's this? Who's this? This is Roche, people. Absolutely 100% believe this here's Roche. But yeah, I saw Dashing David's video talking about the Nibelheim flashback, saying, yeah, it makes no sense. And to them they're saying it makes no sense because we see scenes from Cloud's POV when Cloud wasn't there to see it. How was this possible? And again, it could be the Zack telling Cloud the stories and him filling in the gaps, filling the little gaps from where he was. Wait. Oh, Cloud was laying there the whole time. Oh, yeah, I suppose so. Because, yeah, in FS7 Remake, we see Cloud laying on the floor, don't we? He sort of lifts his hand up towards the burning building. I thought Cloud had been there. Wait, was that Cloud? So confused. Yeah, I guess that is. He woke up, ran to the mountains. What is your opinion on the FF10 universe connection? I love it. I think it makes great sense. Especially in terms of like souls diffusing or lingering or being trapped or being able to visit loved ones. Like the Far Plane and the live stream have so much in common that the link makes sense and it opens up some really cool headcanons at the very least. But I think this is how we're going to see the concepts of the live stream evolved out. Way more. Najima's going to be all up on that shizzle. Finish him! Poor upside down sack. Jeez. Alright, this is the scene. So yeah, Sephiroth is fucked up. We got to take that into account. Sephiroth is injured. Such a better line. Just don't push your luck. Yeah, I love that. Look, there's a battle of strength. Like it's not the case that, oh, you know, he had him impaled and Cloud is just like, Rrr! And just like lobs him and like takes him by surprise. Like you see like Cloud get a hold of the fucking sword and you see the strength fight that's going on. Like you see them compete. Whoa. Yeah, man, I'm saying it. Cloud is the ultimate Jenova experiment / summon / planetary weapon / Aerith has dedicated the energy of soul allies to him / the planet empathizes with him because the planet was also a little child who was scared, lost and alone, trying to find his place in the world / destiny / Kingdom Hearts bullshit / power friendship / His abs as he forces downward. Yeah, he just would have been obliterated. Right, and then yeah, he gets his mind back, helps him unite, and we get the really juicy line in a sec. Yeah, if anyone just signing in to the stream now, I'm just trying to logic Cloud's power level, because it exceeds logic even by FF7's like internal logic. Like the way that Cloud just powers up so much faster than everyone else, the sheer scale of what he's capable of doing, how he's better than fighters who've been training like way longer than him, and just these weird elements. So if you have any ideas where Cloud derives his power, strap in your tinny tin tins, let me know. Oh my god, Jinty again? Jinty! Thank you so much. I love these old retro sound effects. Legend, Jinty. Legend. Aerith has two slow-mo moments in Remake. First one, leaving Seventh Heaven song, camera focus on him. First one, leaving Seventh Heaven passing song, the camera focuses on him. So when they leave, what do you think that means? I like the scene just before that when Aerith is running to Seventh Heaven and there's a helicopter making a direct fucking line for Seventh Heaven. Aerith does that little quick like hand grab, and then all of a sudden, I know it's like a second helicopter, it like explodes and it like shrapnels off and just deviates from the path of the bar. I'm telling you, man, Aerith, when she puts her hands together, she made that event happen. She made that event happen. I mean, obviously she's communing with the planet, so even when like we're trying to go up to the pillar, and when the plot ghosts come and she like asks to be let through, the ghost disappears, she then puts her hands together and says something again. Throughout the rest of the same Remake, whenever she puts her hands together, something crazy gonna happen. Or it actually has some sort of effect. Given significance of second times act, I have to believe this means something for Song's fate. Okay, I should have read the whole thing. Aerith has slow-mo moments in Remake. First one, leaving Seventh Heaven, passing song, and can focus on given significance of second times act. I have to believe this means something for Song's fate. Well, I mean, Song in OG, obviously he gets stabbed outside the Temple of the Ancients, right? And then I think it's Eleanor who saves him, or like Reeve sends help and saves his ass. Hasn't the Remake poisoning affected Cloud's strength? Well, I don't think it even exists in Seven Remake Part 1. I don't think Cloud's been Mako poisoned. Again, I think that we are closer to the heart of the planet. We're in a more cognitive reincarnation of the live stream, because he's not ill, Cloud. He's not really Mako poisoned. Tifa didn't meet him at the train station. They changed the timeline of when Cloud meets Avalanche, and it's only a few days at the start of the Remake. In OG it was like a month. I know people just complained. Oh, hold on, what's that? Cloud, are you right? Voice there. What voice is he hearing now? Oh shit. Oh, Cloud's hearing the cries of the planet here. And he's saying voices, so Cloud's actually hearing the voice of the planet here? Sounds very similar to the Far Plane. This definitely is. This definitely is. Like, works tit for tat the same way. FF7R is a quantum fever dream. Whispers, yeah, man. Like, you could retroactively think that's now whispers. I mean, whispers are the screams of the planet. They're like the Laura, you got a PS5. How did you get one, mate? Did you buy it off a scalper? Thanks so much, mate. I need one. Cloud is also Minerva's chosen one. See, I like the idea. I like the potential idea of that. I don't know if I'd pick Minerva. I'd always pick Minerva with Aerith and say that Cloud is Aerith's chosen one and that she has empowered him, turning him into a... Minerva creates weapons. I'd say that Cloud is Aerith's weapon. And now I know she doesn't weaponize him because she doesn't do that to Cloud. She wants him to have free choice and free will, which could even be even more so why Cloud is so powerful and even more powerful than the weapons. Like, you could kind of say like Minerva created the weapons, out of Livestream, just out of like pure retribution. You could say like greed, like maybe there's a bit of corruption with Minerva. Whereas Aerith made it out of pure love. Pure fucking love, pure compassion, pure altruism. Cloud is Aerith's weapon. Maybe the last chapter of some Loveless has some clues. Yeah? Post me the last chapter. Why specifically the last? So they are going to scrap the whole Zack and Cloud escaping together after being poisoned. No. That definitely happens. I mean, you see it in 7 Remake. Zack carrying Cloud. Like, Cloud was still in the tank. But I don't believe that. I think that Sephiroth, post-Advent Children, harvested shitloads of Terra Corrupt, because that had been happening all Advent Children. He then used that to infiltrate a section of the live stream, shown to us by him slashing through Destiny. He has the power to actually literally cut through the planet's memory. Reinserted himself back into the alleyway. That's what I think when Aerith does the sharp turn with the purple vending machine in the back. Sephiroth's colour association. And you get the male and the female quiescing in the alleyway. I believe Sephiroth reinserted himself then back into the story. Started, reopened a chapter of a book and began it again. So everything previous to that has happened, but I don't think the characters are necessarily coming into it the same way. What was that? I mean, I don't mean Cloud, he found ourselves. But I can't win against you. You're some kind of lady. Barrett just in awe. People have so many things pent up inside of themselves. I love this because this is going to be like a little bit Persona-esque. Like this entire segment. Like we're going to be going into the deep, nitty-gritties of the subconscious and unconscious mind and basically Tifa just phantom thieved her way into Cloud's noodle palace, bukkaked his shadow self and moseyed on back on out of here. Tifa's phantom thief. She's the OG heart stealer. Yeah, this is the most telling scene in the game. I'm so hungry. What is Red doing here? Red's in the game at this point, man. Don't say anything, Cloud. All you've been doing is apologising. I never was in Soldier. Cloud's realised it. I made up the story about what happened 5 years ago and my being in Soldier. I left my village looking for glory but never made it back into Soldier. I was so ashamed of being so weak. Then I heard this story from my friend Zack. And I created an illusion of myself made up of what I had seen in my life. And I continued to play the charade as if it were true. Illusion, I'm pretty damn strong for illusion. That's the line I was talking about with Barrett. He's like, nah, man, this shit's way more. Physically, I'm built like someone in Soldier. Hojo's plan to copy Sephiroth wasn't that difficult. I was just the same procedure they used when creating members of Soldier. Someone in Soldier isn't simply exposed to Mako energy. Their bodies are actually injected with the Jenova cells. For better or worse, only the strong can enter. It has nothing to do with the Jenova reunion. There were two clones of Red's kind, weren't there? There was like, is that like ochre and blue or something? Amber, blue. I know there were two Reds, two clone Reds. Did they put Jenova cells in those? But weak people like me get lost in the whole thing. Oh my god, my stomach. I'm so hungry. The combination of Jenova cells, so strong will, and my own weaknesses are what created me. I prefer Reeve so much more than Cat. Man, Reeves could be great in this game. Everyone knew that. I'm Cloud, the master of my own illusory world. Yeah, man, this is what I really tack onto my dream theory, that this first part could all be something in Cloud's brain, or happening, or Cloud's brain is being allowed the opportunity to literally project onto reality. And I definitely think we've seen that in 7 Remake. Not only did we see it obviously with the Nibelheim overlay of Midgar, which is, you know, sure, a really strong illusion from Cloud's POV, but again, Cloud being able to make Sephiroth physically manifest to the rest of the group at the bridge. Part 1 of the remake is allowing Cloud to be exactly this, the master of his own illusory world. We're seeing things that are projected purely from his goddamn mind. And it's setting up this whole part 1 of the game. Can Cloud's mind be that powerful though, or is it purely hallucinatory? That's the thing. The bridge scene is what makes it more, I think. I could say it was just purely hallucinatory, but how does he allow Tifa and everyone else to see Sephiroth? I feel like his hallucinations actually having... Oh man, purity versus corruption is going to be such a great theme in this game. Do you think 7R is going in a different direction? That we might not get Kate Sith Moogle form and instead get Red and Kate as a tag team character? Didn't they already say that they wanted to do that? Or did they hint at it? I definitely know we're not going to get the big pink Moogle. We probably will see it if we like actually meet Kate at Golden Saucer. Let's put some juicy little tune on. Like the pink Moog will be in there somewhere, but by and large I think we're just gonna get the cat. Poopy cat. This is a nice theme. Alright. So I've got some notes that I'm gonna go and dissect even deeper, where Cloud derives his power. Any other theories you guys have got for FF7? Anything that you find uber juicy and you think could be appearing later in the series? Hey, King Valhalla. I'm good, man. How are you? Matthew Phillips. Matthew. Thank you so much, mate. 6 schmeckles. 99. 69.9. I don't normally super chat to gamers, but when I do, it goes to a peasant. When it comes out for related content, I join your channel the most. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate that. I think Charlie will become wise. Did you like that? I mean, did you get that from my vid? Or, I mean, regardless, I hinted at the same thing. Chadley's got the right coloured hair. He's got the right eye colour. I'm like, maybe when they create a Charlie, they were like, let's create a child Weiss. That upgrades into Weiss. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that it would absolutely be possible. Chadley's, like, Hojo's freaking AI becoming Data Weiss, like, it's fucking chalk and cheese. It goes hand in hand. Like, it makes so much sense. Yes, I believe Cloud and Rufus are brothers. Yeah, man, I've done my Rufus video. The half-brothers. They're like bastard children of Nibelheim. Like the fact we've got Lazard, the fact we've got Evan Townsend. All the weird stuff with like Rufus. I always go back to that thing with Rufus. Like when he was a young boy asking his dad where the trap door was. Rufus Shinra asked his dad when he went to his office, where is the trap door? President Shinra laughed at Rufus because they're like up on the 70th floor or whatever. And yet President Shinra still, and like he basically calls his son an idiot. Like, why would we need to build it up here? And yet he still goes and builds the trap door. And they've moved Rufus's birthday to 30, the day of the year of the Northern Crater expedition. I would not mind it if they played it as President Shinra basically stole a half Cetra baby or Cetra baby from the Knowles Pole, and that's how Rufus Shinra knew as a child to ask about that trapdoor, and why President Shinra built it. Like, he actually built it. He thought the idea was stupid, but he still built it. Now, would you only do that if you know you've got like a psychic child? Yeah, they've got Aerith, down in her lab room, painting wall murals. And check this out, the trap chute that child Rufus Shinra suggested, he falls down it. That's how he survives Diamond Weapon, and it leads him into a room that is described exactly like Aerith's bedroom. It's just a blank science labby room with like a bed on one side. I think the key code for him to exit is like his mother's birthday or something. Rufus's. That all sounds very suspicious. Very suspicious. And it could even just be who the mother is. Because again, President Shinra banged a Nibelheim scientist who's experimenting on fetuses and had Evan Townsend. Do you think Vincent will have a bigger role and influence on the plot this time around? Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Nightmare begins in the next chapter. I think that we're also going to see, besides just the planet stuff and the cleaning up of the corruption getting out of hand, I think we're also going to see like a daddy role, or like a battle of the Sephiroth daddies way more, between Vince and Lucretia. Vince and Hojo. Doesn't make me think if Seth knows about Lucretia. But yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a bigger showdown between Vince and Hojo in the battle of Sephiroth's mind. Rufus and young Shuna look identical. Yeah, that's the thing. The only I said I backpedaled on that idea after I saw that First Soldier trailer, and I think also we saw in the museum a young President Shinra, and he looks so much like Rufus. So it could legitimately be his child. I'm just wondering who the mother is. And if President Shinra has sired children with like baby program experimenters before, like he has that track record, then I could definitely see Rufus Shinra being something strange. In fact, I see all of these characters as quite odd. Like, isn't it a bit weird that Lazard manages to become head of soldier? And then Evan just happens to and he meets like Cloud in that lot, and Evan just happens to meet Cloud in that lot. I don't know. It's all very fortuitous. Oh, King Valhalla, you gem of gems, you cherry atop my Bakewell. Thank you so much, mate. I need a spicy remix like this. This is juicy. Keep it, man. Look up. I promise more next week. Wait. Keep it, man. We look up to you. I promise more next week. Much love from the community. Right, okay, yeah. I thought you wanted me to look something up. Thank you, mate. What if Rufus is a raven from Before Crisis? So I was looking at ravens, weirdly enough, for my last video. So ravens, they were... Where was it? Because I had... Yeah, in my folder, I had this saved. What were the ravens again? Were they like Wutai Avalanche Insurgents, or no? There was something else to them. Because were the ravens the one who were disguised when Yuffie blew up that base? Which that's really dark. Yuffie again blowing up the Avalanche Wutai base and killing shitloads of people. So dark. So dark. Do you think Bugenhagen will be revealed as an ancient in part 2? Will he have the knowledge of what has happened and what will happen, like Aerith and Sephiroth? I don't know if I'd need Bugenhagen to be a Cetra. He certainly knows how to read a lot of... I think he's just like researched it so much because he reads those glyphs that no one else can really read at the plinth when they go back there after Aerith's death. Bugenhagen is a great character. He's met so many people in the series. I think he's met Cisne and some Turks. I definitely wonder how interactions with Bugenhagen will be when we meet him, because we got so much to talk to old Bugie about. We fought some fucking Destiny ghosts and destroyed freaking Fate and crossed Destiny Crossroads. Bugenhagen's gonna have to explain a lot of fucking shit to us. But an ancient, I don't know. I certainly think that it's weird that if Fauna or Aerith are the last ancients, because obviously you need quite a genetic diversity to continue a bloodline. So up until very recent FF7 history, there must have been a tribe of, I think it's minimum 50 Cetra. Minimum 50. The numbers could have dwindled leading up to a Fauna. But from when we think the Cetra got destroyed way back when, there had to be a healthy number of Cetra living up into modern times. Where are they? They'll be hiding down at the Knowles Pond. Any other theories, my peeps? I've got to go get some food. This has been bugging me, but what if this singularity was purely a mind break from Cloud that spread to the rest of the crew, though? Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, so do you think that what we could potentially be going into in the next part could be the contents of Cloud's mind even more? I kind of thought that we were in Cloud's mind in part 1 and we'd be breaking out of it, but the Edge of Creation stuff is very, very bizarre. Didn't everyone in the party see the Zack flashback? I personally think that only Aerith saw it. If you look at the way the scene is framed, it kind of only zooms out on Aerith afterwards. Or it makes a note to flash past her.
We drag our asses all this way.
The more I hear Zack's new voice, I'm just you gotta get the crisis core back, man. You've gotta... I think, only Aerith sees it. It's so hard to skip on this timeline. Oh my god. Oh my god. How hilarious would it be if Song asking Ellen to dinner was his trying to soften the blow for firing her because she's too pure and honest to be a Turk? Yeah, Eleanor has mad Song crush, right? I think I wrote it in my fan fiction. But I think she legit does have a crush. Yeah. Yeah, that little flash on Aerith. She was the one to see Zack. Which again, if it's the whole dreams things, like if everyone's dreams are sort of getting like granted, but in like a granted in a way with a twist. I don't know, maybe that's Aerith, maybe Aerith brought Zack back. I don't know, I think it's just the planet doing it, but Sephiroth has returned to his calm, controlled, classical persona, and he's not a maniac raving about being a god, referring to himself as the Japanese pronoun Ori. Yeah, I like that. I like that perhaps we do go into this next part and we're being challenged with a different Sephiroth. Or like Cloud is. Like what I would like, because we saw it with Seph at the edge of creation, like putting his hand out and saying to Cloud to join him. And every time Cloud tried to fight back, you could tell Sephiroth was a bit like, all right, let's do this then. Fuck me, I've battled this guy like 1,000 times because 1,000 universes. And you're like, let's do it then. Quickly disarms Cloud in like an easy way. Like considering Cloud was holding his own moments ago. This edge of creation Seph, like the concept of Seph, the actual like planetary notion of him, just like whips Cloud's sword away. And yeah, I could definitely see he was trying to like persuade Cloud, like join me, lend me your strength, let's defy destiny together. And Cloud was like, nah. And I'm like, I wonder if Seph's going to carry that on, like legitimately try to convince Cloud, legit try to convince him. By like showing him like alternative like sides of like the Nibelheim flashback. Maybe he like twists it, like genuinely try to like change and corrupt Cloud's mind. Maybe we see some more of Seph's backstory, or is that how you see it, Jayless? The edge of creation is the portal between the rallies, like the one where Zack lived. That's the thing. Do you think that when we cross the portal, we're on another dimension where there's like other characters? Because if you talk about going to like another dimension, obviously does that mean we're going to a dimension with clouds and whatnot? I don't think it's any of that. I think it's all live stream stuff. I'm just thinking like, if Yuffie doesn't come through the portal with us, does everything that happens to her in the DLC and Sonon carry over somehow? Does Yuffie like dive bomb through Destiny's portal after we've gone through? Like we just don't know. So she sneaks through. Oh shit! There she goes. She just sneaked through and hopped. Now see the portal closes. There's no way that Yuffie could have actually come through. I believe that based on the pure fact that we can actually see plot ghosts, something we couldn't actually see before. We ain't even in the real world here, man. We ain't even in the real world. We then cross through. I believe that when we're here, we're close to the heart of the planet. And all of part 1 was, hence the Midgar design being different. We then cross to an interim space. This is the live stream. This is confirmed as being the live stream. We've seen this area in Before Crisis. We've seen it in Northern Crater, like the checkered tiled floors. This is in the live stream. Now, what I find the biggest hint that the part 1 was all in the live stream as well is when they walk out, Barrett's looking around on the other side, and he's like, look, this is all normal. Look, it's physical. This shit, man, nothing's changed.
Don't know about you, but looks normal to me.
Looks normal to me. And they're in the live stream, man. So that's proof to me that within the live stream, you can be in a world that looks really, really fucking real. That looks normal as hell, but you can be in the live stream. I'm telling you, man, part 1, we're in the fucking live stream. Cloud is being mindfucked in the live stream. God, I love the changes. I love the changes to this. I know some people hate it, but it makes me so excited. With Rufus seeing them also, does that mean that he also crossed over? I think with Rufus seeing them, like surely it's got to like indicate that Rufus is doing something to change his leadership style, or was considering it. Because the thing that I always point to is like Rufus pretty much goes on the same journey as Cloud. Like for like, almost. Let's bear in mind that Rufus, who has been angling for his father's throne his entire life, been like trying to plot and scheme and backstab his father, he finally gets the throne. As we saw in 7 Remake, he sits on it. There's no satisfaction in his face. It didn't give him the accomplishment and fulfillment that he thought it would. Rufus in OG almost immediately skips his inauguration to get on a boat, to travel across the freaking Junon, to get on a helicopter. Have you noticed that most everywhere we go in trying to track down Sephiroth and get to the Northern Crater and save the day, we do it off of the back of Rufus Shinra. Rufus Shinra, who tries to blow up the meteor to save the world. Rufus Shinra, who takes on Sapphire Weapon. Rufus Shinra, who flies to the Northern Crater and the reunion. Rufus Shinra is at the fucking reunion. And he gets there before Cloud. And we get there, and I think Rufus Shinra comes and he's like talking about like an inkling he had and shit like that. And the fact that the only two to make it to the reunion was Cloud and Rufus, I'm like, they're saying up with Rufus, man. There's something up with Rufus. I believe that Rufus has a calling to save the planet. He has that calling. A calling that we saw get like really expanded out after he's injured. And the events for Advent Children are happening. He goes and he's like working with these. It's the hospital. That's it. The Medill Hospital where the Turks go to. No, not Medill. What's it called? It was going to be Medill and Advent Children. Something Lodge. Anyway, it was an old person's home, but it became like a hospital for geostigma infected patients, and Rufus goes there, and there's like this whole expanded story of Rufus having like this huge like character change where he actually saves people's lives. I think there's like a flooded building, and he almost like tries to sacrifice the thing he's floating on to keep some of the others afloat. That's when he gets like a bit of geostigma crawl in his ear, and that's how he's infected in AC. But he genuinely undergoes this like change. And then that's when he leads him to actually help save the world in Advent Children. Rufus is much a hero as freaking Cloud is. Like, Cloud could not have done anything he did if it weren't for Rufus. Like, even thinking about going in and beating Sephiroth at the Northern Crater, there was the big barrier around it, preventing them getting in. Who destroyed the barrier? Fucking Rufus, which allowed Cloud and the gang to get in. There could be like a really cool dynamic at play between the two. And the fact that like whatever empowers Cloud, whatever has made Cloud the guardian of the planet, I believe is similar for Rufus. I believe Rufus is the reunion enabler. Yeah, that's it. Healing. Yeah, Healing Lodge. That was the name of it. I believe he's the reunion enabler. And I say that because he enables every reunion that happens throughout OGFF7. Even his coin, like, you flip it, and it's got the purple mandragora flower on the back in this. And whatever sent Cloud on this mission that made him the planetary hero, the day that Cloud decided that at the water well, the Tifa, I'm going to join Soldier, it was the same fucking month that Rufus went off on his mystery mission for a year. Like, Song wrote an email in Crisis Call being like, the vice president recently elected has gone off on a mission. Basically, no one knows any details. Like the same month, and like Rufus comes back a month later. I don't know. I feel like they were both played into being the planet saviors on like the same date, the same time. They had the same intuition to do it. I think we are overlooking Hojo's game plan after witnessing his theories come to life in the Shinra building. Hojo will be much more active in part 2. Doing what? I'm not sure. I think that Hojo surely still has the ambition that he had in Dirge Cerberus, which is, and actually he had it even in OG. So he knows that Sephiroth is his son, and he knows that Sephiroth is so powerful, and he actually laments in OG that science isn't powerful enough, basically, that he has to give the power to Sephiroth, and he's like funneling at the Sister Ray live stream to Sephiroth, and he's saying, I will have to make do with just like sitting back and watching. So it's like Hojo was, oh, I have to give it to Sephiroth. You know, I guess I'll have to make do with being an observer of this. Whereas then when Sephiroth's out the way, Hojo's like, a scientist of my caliber deserves to fucking rule this planet and travel to the stars. It was clear to me even in OG, Hojo has that level of ambition to be a ruler of the fucking planet. And he wants to do it through science. Maybe that's why those bikini chicks in Costa del Sol were like all up on Hojo's junk. Maybe women could just sense that in the pheromones or something. Like maybe Lucretia sniffed it like, ooh. He's got that sniff of alpha planetary leader. Hojo makes me angry. Hojo makes all of us angry. That's the point of Hojo. But that's what I believe. I mean, you guys have heard my theory on Hojo. I believe that's why he's cackling. That's why we have Data Weiss. I believe that in this re-happening, the nature of the Jenova cells has been strengthened. Hojo's recognized it. I believe that the worldwide network has been tethered to the VR, Chadley, AI, and that the VR can actually read stuff from the live stream. Of course it can. We fight the summons in the VR. The summons are live stream guardians. How do we fight them? How does the VR recreate them? It reads it from the live stream. It's how the VR had that end of days thingy. So Hojo has access. If he has access to the freaking live stream, man, being able to pull data wise from fucking Dirge Cerberus, being able to do any of this sort of crazy shit. That's the changes with Hojo this time, is like the technology and the science has evolved. Like we see something like technological upgrades from OG to Remake. We see it physically in the structures of the cities.
Mr. Vice President.
Now even on a science level. Oh, there was also the old menu recently.
Mr. President.
It started showing like articles, and there was one from a Ghast. Like a Ghast article out there. The stars in the back are supposed to represent Sephiroth's wing. I always thought it was one big yellow flower behind him. Like follow the yellow flowers here. Isn't it weird that song doesn't see the whispers despite knowing Aerith all her life basically? Yeah, I was kind of thinking that with like Reno as well. I was watching him carefully in the church when the ghosts show up because the guards sort of gasp, but Reno makes a weird face. I was like, do you see the ghost, Reno? Do you see dead people? Because the Turks definitely have like a role to play, like big time in Destiny. I was curious why they don't see them.
Our world will become a part of it one day. But
I love this scene, man. Yeah, I always see that as one big flower. Yellow flower. Follow the yellow flowers. Wait, so the idea that Sephiroth and Aerith are aware of the original game, would it be possible that more characters introduced in the future are also aware of what's going on? Well, that's what we've got magic hand transference from Aerith to do that catch up. Whether are characters who could actually be more clued in, I don't know. I feel like Vince definitely is. I feel like Vince exists outside of space and time. Right, so if we do meet him in the coffin again, whatever sleep Vincent's been having, I feel like Vince is going to be, or could be, unaffected by like the memory wipes of this re-happening. I think it was confirmed in an interview or something that it represents Sephiroth's wing. This, really? Am I not seeing?
Will I have you?
Am I looking at a wrong angle?
This is...
The edge of creation. Cloud, lend me your strength.
They're definitely on the back of the meteor right now, aren't they? Surely.
Let us defy destiny together.
Never.
I mean, I say it's the back of the meteor. I mean, the meteor shouldn't even be coming at the moment. It could just be the moon. We haven't even... I don't even know if Sephiroth's going to need the black materia. Do you even need that shit anymore? I love the choreography of this scene, man. I like, so what's going on here? Like, why is Cloud's power level like so much higher here? So we just we pass through that fucking singularity thing. I start thinking that at this level, Cloud and Sephiroth, they're just fighting as fucking concepts. I don't know, like he's fucking yin, he's yang. I don't know, like they're just crazy. Like Sephiroth is just a concept up here. So is Cloud. They're fucking conceptual heroes. Still somehow like weaved into the fabric, the narrative of reality. And we're just seeing some sort of mad display of it.
Not yet.
A psyche battle, yeah, man. Like
7 seconds till the end.
Yeah.
Time enough for you, perhaps. But
oh fuck me! I've seen that so many times. It makes my Angus pepper every time. 7 6. Like you're saying that's a wing? Is it? Like that's the stem. It's the flower. Oh, is it the other side? How can I not see a wing in here at all? I don't know. Oh, I spoke. Right. Someone's calling me. I have a friend. No. So 7 seconds till the end. I mean, you guys heard my theories on what that is and what other people have said. 7 seconds. How long for him to take down areas, for how long it takes for the meteor to descend. I believe that the decision Cloud has to make in this split moment of the meteor coming down, I believe, is to make a choice between retribution, judgment, or like mercy and compassion. Because I think Cloud will have some choice to make that will hinge on the future of humanity, or humanity's future will hinge on it. I just see a pretty space formation. The number is 7. Ah, it's 7. It's 7. Yeah. But there's when Rufy takes a throne and he's just not happy about it. But that also kind of, going back to this, where does Cloud derive his power? So we've got 7 seconds till the end. There's also that thing of like Chadley data mining Cloud and saying that he found unlimited potential within Cloud. Unlimited potential. That him as a robot, he can't have free will. This is his dream to have free will, but through Cloud he can find a semblance of it. What the fuck? What is that? What is that? Again, I'm really starting to think that perhaps Cloud is such an amalgamation between... Ooh, what about this? Cloud is such an amalgamation between both the forces of Jenova and the planet that essentially he could be the bridge that causes both terrible things and also can be the resolution, because it's after Aerith is with the ghost, she touches Cloud, then Cloud sees the ghost, then it's everyone who touches Cloud after that. So was it Cloud who caused the infiltration of destiny at that point? Cloud, again, who being touched by Tifa allowed the others to see corporeal Sephiroth. Chadley saying that Cloud harbours some power within him. What if that is Cloud's power? He just has powers of the unreliable narrator. He has, but like taken to an actual planetary level, like Cloud has the ability to interface, interact, and even change reality itself. Is that the power? And that's how Chadley can find like a semblance of free will, because Cloud has some semblance of control over reality. And he could get that control because if Cloud has Jenova cells, so he literally can do some of the things that Jenova can, he also has the backing from the planet, from Aerith. And that mixed together, because we see it constantly throughout this game, we see the planet having to come in and manipulate Cloud's memories, like the plot goes having to work on Cloud's memories. Then you have Jenova and Sephiroth trying to fuck with his memories. Why are Cloud's memories so important? Well, it's because his memories have planet-wide implications. His consciousness has some form of power over reality. Maybe. I'm just going to fucking write it. What do you think? That's... in home key. Has both Jenova and planetary memory influence. Does Cloud control reality? Certainly at this level of the part 1 of the remake, but that really ties in so nicely. If they are taking the master of my own illusory world, the unreliable narrator, the fact that Cloud in OG misleads us, like the first half of the game, it starts with deception and then it leads on to him handing over fucking apocalyptic materia. I feel like if they were going to redo a remake, or just do a remake, they would come at it with that thought process of like, oh, how could we expand that out? Make that even crazier. What if the planet's will can actively make people stronger whenever it wants? And whenever Sephiroth shows up, the planet is like, hey, who wants some power? That really could be the case. But then how does that... that would just tie with Destiny, right? It would make sense in the sense that maybe Sephiroth got beaten every single time because the planet was interfering, and Sephiroth knows that the only way he can achieve victory now is to fuck off the planet and its ability to influence, aka Destiny. And that's why he came back and he destroyed Destiny. I don't like retconning everything in the series to Destiny though, but Rage Fest. Hello, mate. I saw stress-free in it. It made me feel chill. It would explain why pre-Mako Cloud could beat Seth. Yeah, the planet had some sort of hand in like Cloud's story way before when. And I mean, of course it would. At the end of the day, to the planet, everything has happened already. Do you know what I mean? It's already happened. So it knows that Cloud is needed to save him. So when Cloud fell down that mountain, the planet could be like, oh fuck, we can't have that boy get hurt. But then you would also say that, but then the planet didn't stop Tifa from falling because it knew it would push Cloud's growth on. So the planet's kind of mean in that way as well. He is the chosen. We're just dealing with like a chosen plot, right? Yeah. But I like the idea that, yeah, perhaps the planet sympathized with him because it is also a child. Maybe that's why he picked him. Hey. I really need to finish Mike Gallagher's FF7 Norse book because there were so many juicy references and now I totally missed. Wait. Nadir and Zenith. Why is it saying that? I remember looking at Nadir because I thought that might have been Arden's code name. That just means top and bottom, right? Nadir and Zenith. Fate has been written, but it seems it can be broken too. Oh, Whisper's permagon now. Yeah, I think that they more or less confirmed that the plot ghosts were gone. We'll be getting no more of them. I like this tune. Saying that, I think that's for part 2 and beyond. Whether there'll be an episode Yuffie or not, probably. Probably get a bit of a ghost boy pop up. Perhaps his memory to dance was hidden with his repressed true memories. Therefore, Cloud twerking on the dance floor was plot relevant foreshadowing. Oh, actually, hold on. What if I said like Cloud's ability to manipulate reality? What if Cloud has a different kind of ability? I don't know, that he can just tap into like waves of things. Because he can somehow make all of these characters who are so diverse and so different and so important to like very different aspects of the FF7 universe. If Cloud can make all of them rally behind him as a leader, that means like Cloud has this like potent ability just to be able to, I don't know, be very like adaptive or chameleon-like in his like personality. Like we can see like a really sassy Cloud, a really like angsty Cloud. And then all of a sudden Cloud can just fucking dance out of nowhere. Like, what if that's like Cloud's ability? He's like just like super empathic with the live stream and he can just like, I don't know, I want to dance right now. So I'm just going to tap into that vein. I want to beat this motherfucker right now. Like whatever Cloud's like determination or willpower to like do in that moment, like, I don't know. It's like planetary supplemented because his dance moves were sublime. They handled all the honeybee and stuff so well. What's this? Disc 6. Instant manifestation. Yeah. Like Cloud can like instantly manifest, instantly embody. I don't know, just like these different aspects of life. Zack probably has no Jenova cells at all, only multiple Mako baths. Well, Zack has them, but again, I believe that just because Zack had little like negative emotion in him, he had a positive internal life stream flora and fauna that the Jenova cells had little to attach themselves to, because that is how Jenova kind of feeds. It feeds off of like negativity and whatnot, and Zack being such a positive guy, no wonder he could walk Jenova's pussy ass shit off, no problem. We need some story to find out why Cloud didn't make it a soldier. He might just never want to hurt anyone. To Nibelheim. It was. He says it because he was literally too weak. As in, I think he couldn't pass the physical aptitude test for it. He didn't have the buys or the tries. So would Cloud having that ability being from birth or after he was captured along with Zack I think Cloud's got to be he's got to be a special boy of some sort. Of some sort. Or like maybe Cloud, and at the end of like this game he will ascend to godhood. Maybe God mode Cloud is actually a thing, and that's why there's two Clouds, because it's freaking God mode Cloud. Omnipotent, omniscient, fucking everywhere Cloud. And he like transmits himself back to help like his young self. I know, this would be the concept of what the higher self is, I suppose. The higher self being an idea that you go through shitloads of evolutions across many lifetimes. And then at the end of Journey's Road, once you've learnt all there is, you then transmit yourself back on all your previous lives, and you act as a guide for your previous like evolutions, your journeys, your growth, and that is what intuition is. I know that's one like theory I heard of what a higher self would be. Or I watched some video where I was like really stoned, and someone explained that. I was like, whoa, holy shit. My intuition is my highest, most evolved self transmitted back through space and time before I rejoined with planetary source. Huh? I think he was mentally weak to being told. Yeah, he was mentally weak as well. Yeah, that's why he goes in comas from too much Mako. Yeah, that's why he said that line that some people can handle it, soldier. Others, like me, we just get lost in the whole thing. Like just mentally screwed. Pez, Yuzuri is going to show up. Are you being legit? He might. I'd put nothing past Nomura. He won't. He might. Who knows? Alright, anyway guys, I'm going to bounce. I can't believe I've been doing that for 3 hours. So, where Cloud derives his strength, that's given me some real good brain fodder to go off and break in further. Are there any other, before I bounce, any other suggestions on where Cloud may get his power from? What makes him powerful? Donald fucking Duck is going to cameo. I mean, Zeta Flare, because all of the Terra Flares, Penta Flares, Exa Flares and whatnot, they're all like square roots or something. Terra Flare does make Donald like basically 10x Bahamut levels of power. Power of anime and God. That's all you need, man. I will still wonder how he's got Advent Children levels of power. Do you mean throughout the game? Because I definitely thought he got Advent Children levels of power in this final fight. Just like where he's like doing some insane shit that he wasn't capable of. And I definitely think that's because Aerith, obviously they're in the live stream here. Sephiroth essentially did a Xehanort. He opened a corridor of darkness, or at least an access to the live stream that, should they have walked through, would have corrupted them, because that's a corrupt doorway. Aerith then obviously purifies it with her hand, sends the characters into the live stream, where access to their previous combat prowess would just be instantaneously available. And that's how they're so goddamn powerful. And it makes sense, man. It makes no sense and all the sense. Thighs. FS7R has the sexiest characters of all time. Dio, man. Just... What if when they walked through the open thing Sephiroth made, they end up in a parallel reality where Zack survived? So I think parallel reality or like time travel is going to be a hard sell And I don't think what happened here needs to be a hard sell. I think it makes very much like a lot of sense with how the live stream works. The planet possibly feeding pure power to Cloud, orchestrated by Aerith. That's what I like, man. I like that. I like that. Especially when you think like some of that power that he's even got. Like a bit of that would be Jessie power. Jessie power. Like, yeah, Aerith helped Jessie move on the live stream, and Jessie diffused, joining her soul to Aerith's. It's a bit like Dean. And it's like Aerith gives a bit of that to Cloud. You've got some Jessie power. It's fucking so trippy how this game can like work. I hope part 2 they reference the fact then stipulated that Cloud especially was doing crazy shit. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I feel like our characters have got so much to catch up with when they got to like get to like calm. Like, I hope they really have a good like fleshy chat. That's how I want part 2 to open. Like, I don't want drama and explosions and black dragons and fighting with Sephiroth. I want everyone to just sit down, shut up, drink their goddamn fucking tea and chat about what happened in part 1. To be fair, everyone did do crazy stuff, but Cloud cuts through fucking trains. Yeah, man. What track is this? This is Aerith's. Can't remember what point of part. Well, this is disc 6. What part of the remake this happened at? It's nice. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to my crazy mad ramblings. I think there's definitely something juicy there. I know most people are just gonna be like power of anime, power of MC, power of plot, all that shit, but I feel like this list of everywhere that Cloud could potentially be getting his power from, they should definitely flesh this out over the course of Remake. I'd like them to. What about the massive snake? Well, the snake will definitely still be there. If they ain't a Midgazolem, man. I'll be so pissed. I want to die to Midgazolem. I mean, it would be technically be power of plot regardless. Maybe Cloud's power is that he never stopped following his dreams of being a real hero and a real soldier. The determination transcended into him, and he was given all the opportunities to overcome literal genetic power exhibited by Sephiroth. I like it. The thing is, that would kind of make Zack so powerful, so powerful. I feel like the fact that Cloud also has the polar opposite of that, and at the same time has that, like he has Zack, but then he also has Sephiroth. He has a bit of Aerith. He has a bit of Tifa. Like, I don't know. He's just so multifaceted, this fucking guy. But Cloud definitely gives up at times. I think it's because he probably derives his power because of the depths of determination, and like aspiration to be like a hero is there, but then also the depth of despair. Oh, I thought that song was gonna. Oh, there it is. Despair. I wanted to time that. Despair. He knows both. And that powers him up. Pez, do you think Cid's role will be the same as original with very little changes? I feel Cid is probably the least spoken of. It's hard to theorize for him. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about him earlier when I was coming out with that line about how Cid saw like the planet as like a little child. That's like one of the most deep and thoughtful lines we get out of Cid. That he just like compares the planet to a kid. They have to save it. But Cid's a weird one. He has like that depth to it, him, and we can't forget that the crew made him the leader. Him! When Cloud falls into livestream and he's comatose, the crew make Cid freaking Highwind the leader. I think even Barrett comments on it or something. Like not even Barrett takes charge. So Cid's a really interesting one. Just because you don't get much out of him, but like, what does Cid represent? Like for the planet, like Vincent is chaos, so like corruption itself. He's a planetary weapon. Yuffie represents a whole nation. Reeve, the future of Shinra. What the hell does Sid represent? I don't know, maybe something to do with like humanity's evolution with technology. Because it is weird, like Sid wants to go to the stars. So does Sephiroth. Maybe Seph and Sid have got more in common. Like, maybe when Seph tries to finally takes over, he's loading up his Gaia vessel to ship off with the stars. Fucking Cheryl will still be in the engine room. I think Seph will probably crisp her though. Sid represents moving forward. Yeah, I like that. Like, humanity's... Maybe also humanity's role in like the wider picture of things, like the wider cosmos. That's why Sid has these like existential sort of thoughts about the planet and being like lost in such a wide expanse. Because yeah, obviously there's even like the cosmos live stream, not just the planet live stream. And I think that the planet live stream was like OG FF7's like main goal. Remake Seth, he wants that cosmos shit. He wants that cosmos Pez. He wants that. And like there's a duty to protect that, and I think like Sid kind of even like represent that in a way. Dreams and following them. Tifa, I believe, represents like morality, I guess. Like aspects of morality. Right, wrong. Sacrifices needed to be made to save the world, but what happens when they were your whole world? What about Barrow? Barrow would just be like revolution, right? I don't know. Barrow has a little bit of like a destruction aspect to him, like a breaking down to rebuild. Like breaking down old structures. Like regimes to give way for new ones. Twitter was gonna light Sid up. People are gonna light Sid up if you ain't swearing, which to be fair, there's an alright amount of swearing in the remake. I think that they said they're gonna stop Sid Highwind smoking though. Who is loyalty? That's gotta be Nanaki, right? Not just because he's close to being a doge, but just because of his personality, his like his faithfulness to Wu Tai and to protect it. Barrett is definitely heart or spirit, or even soul. Tune! So his journey goes from wallowing in self-pity at a lost dream to pursuing his dream in the face of almost certain failure. He represents optimism and hope for the future. And domestic abuse. Sid represents that even wife beaters can have a second chance. He was never married to Shera. Did Shera and Sid, they ended up hooking up, right? By Advent Children, were they hooked up, or did we ever find out? Sharon said, I think they did hook up in the end. Nanaki is like the epitome of insight, contrary to Aerith. For sure. Like Nanaki even starts explaining to us what bloody plot ghosts are. Straight away. So many people hate Sid. Yeah, Sharon and Sid hooked up after FF7 before Dirge. I think they did. Maybe it's just the scientist in me, but I found Sid's monologue on board the rocket to be one of the most moving moments of FF7. Or maybe it was just the music. Well, when we're actually up in space. Oh yeah, man, there's so much in this theories still to go. Like, we gotta go up into space, man. Under the sea. Like, across like 4 mountain ranges, multiple continents, at least I think like another 10, 15 like towns and locations. And there's a lot. There's a lot. I do think that Sid's gonna get like Sonon's moveset or some of his animations. Alright. 20 past 1. God damn, that's the time. I'm gonna go get some food, peeps. Thank you for toasting up my tinny hat. I like just randomly chatting FF7 stuff. Outside of FF7 though, are there any theories outside of 7? Or if you had to pick a Final Fantasy game for me to hunt a theory down for, come on, I want to do one outside of 7. Which game should I go? I usually go to 8. 8 is just like the game that keeps on giving in terms of new, cool, crazy theory stuff. Any new socks pairs? No. No. Old and holy. Not 3 holes yet. 3 strikes, then they're out. 14. Yeah, man, like Endwalkers stuff. 14 intimidates me to do theories because it's just so expansive and there's so much there, which is why this format would even be better. I should maybe do some research, get some notes, get some ideas, some jumping off points for 14 live theory craft, and we could come and do this again for 14. Because there's so much. And I'm always nervous. There's like loads of quests I've not done that would explain loads of stuff. Also, we are due some 16 news soon, man. We really are. We really are. Any Kefka theories are appreciated. Yeah, here's a Kefka theory. Some 9. I've only ever done one 9 theory. I'll do another. Yeah. Yeah, I did one. Did Garland succeed with his plan? Is 15 connected to 7, man? I did that video like wholly getting punked by fucking Matt Kishimoto. Matt Kishimoto, don't even start me on Matt Kishimoto. Do you actually think Garland won in FF9? Yeah, but as per the vid I did for that, what he was setting out to try to achieve with like the Terrans, like he was trying to merge the worlds, and we had like the whole graph of what was it like? He was trying to merge the 2 planets, and then pretty much this theory is so long ago now, more or less. When we see what happens with the Terrans, out the clones, like they actually get to go on to live a new life, and then we see like Zidane with Garnet, which was kind of the merge between the planets. It wasn't exactly as Garland set out for it, but kind of was. Also kind of was. Pez, have you done the Hildebrand quests on 14? I think I've done like Heaven's Wards, and I've not done Stormbloods. I think I've done 1 expansion or two expansions of Hildy. I think I've got Storm Hildy still. They did say early 21 for news for 16. Did they say early? Are you adding that on? Because I remember them saying 2021. I don't remember them saying early. Hopefully they did, though. Lock theories. Lock Cole. Yeah? Alright. Toodle pip, guys. I cannot believe I actually got some schmecky tips from people. King Valhalla. Appreciate. Thank you. Arigato. Wait, who was my other delicious tipper? Why? It's not showing up here. No. No, my other tipping friend. Who was it? Who was it? I've got to find it. Anything before I bounce, beautiful folks. I might, my old PC's frozen right now. PC is so poo! Oh my god. Say it. So, my old thing is just freezing. I'm half sweat afterwards. None of the mouse that's working. Is Terra the most powerful FF protagonist? I mean, she's bloody well up there. She turns into a summon. She turns to a summon. I once did that theory that Noctis was half summon. Where did I get that from? Something to do with his mum? I can't remember. But I definitely want a protagonist who becomes a summon again. I mean, we kind of got Clive in FF16. Like, he obviously like take on like the summons fighting prowess, but a protagonist who actually turns into a summon again. Yeah, actually, I think maybe we might even get that with 16. Perhaps with obviously with all the dominants. Like if the Shiva dominant is in fact going to be a main character in FF16. I think she might. Pez, get cat ears. I know, you stick on a pair of Makoti ears on like Twitch, you like instantly double your viewer base. Instantly. Thanks for a fun stream, Pez. Thank you, Ginny, mate. Thank you, Ginny, mate. Oh my... It does! It does! My chair makes me look like I got cat ears. Alright, Toodle Pip, guys. Take it easy. Sir Sonique, thank you for your inputs. Jay Litz, you're a goddamn legend. Jade Reese. Clive is what I originally called Cloud. You changed it to Clive? Did I change? I think I did that lame thing where I changed Cloud's name to my name the first time I played FF7. How many people did that? It's a pretty lame thing to do. I think I actually changed Aerith's name to literally Flower. So I was just like, oh, Flower died. Oh, I'm so sad, Flower. I called him Bob. Oh, your first playthrough is Bob. What else? What else? Anyone else change Cloud's name? I changed them to people who I fancied at school. I like that. What's his music? Oh god, I don't have names. Disc 6 of the 7 Remake soundtrack at some point. My man, Valkyrie. Oh, it's the Valkyrie battle theme. I thought you said you called Cloud Valkyrie. Oh, right, yeah, when we fight Valkyrie. Yeah. Alright, take it easy. Beautiful Peasant. Ice, Kroliox, JC, Sir Snick on the second. You've already had one. Matt Chow. The Mighty Pine Cone. I always give them silly names. The name's the Mighty Pine Cone. Catherine Markowitz. Jacob Vass. Till the next live stream. Tinfoil Hat. Live theory crafting. Did we get down to the bottom? Why Cloud is as powerful as? I think we did. Yeah. is. Jeff! Raping Jeff! Raping carrot Jeff! Raping carrot Jeff! Ah! Retreat!